listening to the Sneaker Box.
Oh shit alert, Louis clothes, calling women sisters, Louboutins and Gucci shows. Well, I guess
it's definitely in the building via your headphones, stereo, and speakers. This is the African Caesar, and we are back after a little 2-week hiatus. I am joined by the contrarian of the show, Geeno.
Yo.
It's only been 2 weeks.
I know, it feels longer, right? Like a month. We're joined, and that's, if you're just tuning in, that's the Googler, Francis 313.
I'm back.
Nice. You know what? That's probably what it is, because you've been gone for such a long time.
Yeah.
Whose basement were you trapped in?
R. Kelly.
I can't say it. He'll start crying.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I did also joined by the legend of the show.
Stop it.
Mr. Trophy Room himself.
Man, such a great day today.
Yes.
Thank you.
We passing out bells. Who's getting the tech first?
Nobody was holding on to this.
And
you should get a tech just for anticipating that somebody gets a tech.
That's not even a tech. See, that's BS. And then, of course, we're joined by the North Star of our show.
Absolutely not.
That's a compliment.
No, I take pride in my blackness, bro.
That's a compliment.
I thought you were talking about get back on that Jewish stuff, bro. No, with all due respect, I'm happy being black.
North Star is actually more of a black reference than.
Oh, no, I don't know what you was getting at, so I know. No, it could be some Jewish. Like,
are you that?
I'm like, what?
I was gonna say, like, you that. I was
yeah,
gonna say
black
sensitive.
pride, all that, of course.
No, I was gonna say, like, do you think I'm always
He
trying to
didn't
attack
say
you?
Star of David. He said North Star.
I said North Star.
You know what I'm saying?
It's part of the Big Dipper. You know the thing
Yeah,
that the
see,
slaves
she got it. She
followed
white.
to get to the north.
I think that's
like,
it. You got to call him the Star of David now.
I know. Maybe he'll get that reference.
Absolutely not. No, I know what the North Star was. That's what you know.
That's why you got offended by it.
No, I'm just saying. No. While I'm embracing my blackness, you're gonna remind me that we were in slavery. Thank you.
No, I'm saying with the North Star is how we got out of our slavery.
No, it did. That's how we ran. We know.
That's why we followed the North Star.
All of us didn't make it.
literally,
All of us didn't make it.
you followed the North
Shit,
Star.
all of us
Like,
did.
Huh?
All of us did.
All of us.
Well, our ancestors did.
He just gave you a nickname that made you like a shining beacon of hope.
Exactly.
And you're just over here all pissed off about
But Caesar
it.
doesn't give out compliments while smiling, so that's why.
Yes, I do. I just gave it to you.
No,
Some hidden undertone.
exactly.
You thought it was a backhanded compliment? No, people see you as the saint of our show. I don't know why, but they do. So.
You guys, every day I try to get up on your guys' level of worse. Y'all guys just take it to another notch. You know,
I'm not a bad person.
I'm not. You're not a bad person.
On the
I just say
mic.
bad things though. You know, I can
I
On
say
the
great
mic.
things.
never talk.
I don't know about that. Anyway, this is a Sneaker Box podcast radio show, part of the Sneaker Bar Detroit family, DTLR network.
Still part of DTLR?
Yeah, for the time being.
I will say
That
though,
shows how long you haven't been here.
No. He's so used to us losing deals.
I will say that the next budget should include beverages. As me and Eugene texted about it earlier, it should include a budget for like.
We got to talk to Rodan because he got that Cavassier deal.
Yeah, we can have that super.
Man, Blake said catered meals was easy. So
Oh,
Wait, that was a conversation?
I missed that. I missed that.
He said what now?
He said that was an easy play.
Okay.
Oh,
When did he say that?
He just did. Check it.
Gino's the only one that pays attention in our staff meetings.
It involved food, so yes, I paid attention.
Wait, he said that today?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Definitely do that.
All right, so there's a lot to break down. A lot of things I want to touch on. Obviously, the playoffs are going on, and I know I've been saying
damn,
this.
he did say that.
I know I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, but I definitely want to get to the shoe check. Was it Toronto beat the Sixers, and then the Houston Rockets somehow blew Game 6. Also, too, Nike has new technology that I guess it's going to help people size better, or at least pick their sizes better. Phil Knight. There's a couple of Nike stories that I never heard of before. One is they almost had a different name, and two, they almost didn't go with the Air technology. Adidas actually almost had Air. Can you imagine if Nike had Boost and Adidas
I think
had
I
Air?
kind of read about that.
Yeah.
With the Air Max 1 especially, how Tinker got laughed out the place for that.
Well, no, the Air technology actually predates him.
Oh, I've been so far as the visible unit.
Oh, the visible, yeah.
So if it happened with the visible unit, I'm pretty sure they would have laughed and clowned him when it was first with that.
So there's a number of stories I definitely want to get into. And then there's like a list of like the top 100 sneakers. I know it's always a list.
I love lists.
I know.
I'm glad I came back for this.
Always a list of shit.
I thought you were talking about like a list for like the girls who talk with a
It's
list.
like top 100 all time.
Yeah.
Converse,
Did you see it?
Converse Chuck Taylor, number one.
No, it's not. That shoe's terrible.
Wow.
Damn.
Terrible.
I don't know. Honestly, though, I think that Chuck
Flyers?
Taylor doesn't get enough love, though. I will say
No,
that.
Chuck Taylor gets enough love, but it's
So,
so
by who?
It's
I know, right, no, definitely not from gurus.
so uncomfortable. Like it's cool fashion wise.
I'm just talking about as far as like impact in sneaker history.
I mean, it's
up
almost
there.
like unfair because
It's an iconic shoe.
But
now.
would you say that Chuck made people took sneakers? I mean, to another level, like increased.
It's like the first real sneaker that like
I
kind of
mean,
like
back then it might have.
yeah.
Imagine if they was hype beasts back then.
It wasn't nothing to be happy. He's only one shoe. That's why I'm saying wasn't no.
They
So there were other shoes.
They couldn't
There's PF
afford
Fly-
it.
Oh my goodness!
Wait,
I'm gonna
there
get
were
these.
other shoes out there. There was other PF Fly. Not to that point. Not like now
I'm
where
gonna
there's
get
like
these John Clay. I'm gonna get these open toe sandals or these Converses to hoop.
I don't think they had John.
right.
John Clay.
John Geiger.
John Clay.
How old is John?
No, I'm talking about John Clatas, the little sandals. You know, Ken was trying to hold on.
No, they had PF Flyers and some other brands. Shout out to Elizabeth Summer, too, curator of the Bottle Shoe Museum. We got to go there too one day. Toronto.
Shoe Museum?
Yeah, that's a hop. She's been inviting us for like the longest, so we got to make that
Yeah,
trip.
Toronto has a beautiful one too.
Yeah, Toronto. It's like cool New York.
They had one out there.
A beautiful women. Beautiful, beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Put
got
your
cool
lokes
personalities.
on. Put your
All right,
lokes
so we need to
on.
go. Let's like cut the
I
show
know, yeah,
short.
the two non-married people on the show.
Let's cut the show short and let's go.
Let's go.
But if any of you gentlemen who are married and you're looking for some Aisha attention, Toronto's definitely.
you want man. So do we really want to jump on that?
All you gotta do is whistle at her. That's all she looks
Can
for.
we? Okay, so you want to start it over since you brought it up?
I mean, yeah, you go ahead. And introduce
So
it.
okay, I introduced it. So everybody
knows.
Everybody knows what the whole controversy was. Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry's wife. You
what?
know. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows.
Yeah,
Well, okay, everybody
Twitter-
but Francis.
Twitter opened a black hole to light her up and then closed it back.
So, so she went on, I think it was Jada Pickett's show.
Red table.
Yes. And so they're talking about what it's like to be wives of NBA players. And she made some comments that everybody just piled on.
She deserved it.
And so, you know, it's been a hot topic the last couple of weeks. And it, to me, it highlights the differences between men and women and how we think and how we operate. And so, you know, we typically go out for dinner before we do the show. And so we're kind of talking about during dinner. And I just thought it'd be good to kind of address, since everybody else in the mama addressed it, we might as well address it too. So, Guru, you want to?
Well,
So what's your thoughts on what she said?
Well, my issue of what she said, if you remove my opinion away from her, right? I don't really agree with it. If you marry, you shouldn't be seeking attention or that shouldn't even be crossing your mind, but let's remove my opinion from it.
Right.
The old tweets that dated from 2011 one said, I don't know why women wear all these revealing clothes. You don't have to be, revealing to be sexy. I only got to show one person my body. Then she had another one like, oh my goodness, I'm leaving the car wash. These guys are trying to highlight me. # off the market.
Right.
So you say that and then, okay, maybe people change, right? So the beginning of the interview, she talked about how she disliked the attention Steph gets and women be in his face and he's too friendly. So she has to insert himself to let the women know, hey, ain't none of that going on right here. And then 7 minutes later, you say, hey, well, I don't get attention. I mean, I don't want it, but it'd be nicer to know if guys checking me out. So it's like, how you don't want nobody in your face, in your man face, or hollering at your man, but you looking for that attention yourself.
All right. Agreed. I'm going to add more context to it than that, but I don't know if anybody else want to jump on before I go on my diatribe.
Well, you said those tweets were from 2011.
Mm-hmm.
How old is their oldest child?
They got engaged in like 2010.
So it was Riley's the oldest, right?
Yeah,
so she's what?
2000.
Come on,
She's
9
6.
years.
So
6 or 7.
So what I'm thinking is if anything, maybe those comments were maybe before she became a mom, and maybe if anything, maybe it sounds like she's having kind of like that psychological thing, like when women become moms, where all of a sudden they feel like they're not attractive anymore. That's kind of what it sounds like. But at the same time, I think first and foremost, that was the wrong place to make a comment like that. If that's really how you feel, you shouldn't have made it publicly while your husband is in the playoffs, and that could be used as material. Secondly, if you so mad about the attention that he get and you want attention, you see all the Instagram models, you see how they dress, you see how women are dressing. You don't dress anything like that. No offense to Ayesha Curry. She's not that bad looking, but I mean, she wouldn't be like, I wouldn't go outside my way, especially with how she
You want to
dressed.
take her back to your parents' house?
She probably wouldn't let me first and foremost. She seemed like she called the cops. I'm just saying because she's so conservative. So it's like how all of a sudden you're gonna be so extra conservative, and then it's kind of like you just revealed the curtain. That's like, well, I'm really not like this, but I am. But it's like, which one is
Somebody said on Twitter, this is what happens when you don't have a whole face.
I mean, well,
now I feel like I gotta jump in.
Well, her and Steph, they've supposedly been together since what? College?
No. They
high school.
Well, they met, but
they met in high school.
They haven't started dating until like 2008, 9. So they only been together. What?
I'm gonna let y'all finish, and then I'll jump in.
I mean, it could be true what you said though. She didn't have her phase where she was going out and
she didn't live her best life yet.
Exactly.
Well,
or
maybe she's regretting it.
Yeah.
Or you having that attention. But my thing is, like, even if somebody wanted to holler at you, you basically a dude say, "Look, I have to have what Steph has to even have a chance for you to risk what you got with Steph to do something with me." So that means that eliminates about 95% of the population, right? So you will only kind of, to me, it'd be like you're kind of directing it towards his peers.
Right. And that was the part that I was also going to say is it seems like, I'm pretty sure it's social media. I'm pretty sure dudes pop up in her DMs all the time, makes stuff under her comments all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it's just the attention that she wants she's not getting. Like you said, maybe she does want some attention from his peers. Maybe she is looking at Clay like, damn, maybe the other light-skinned cat looking nice over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Now, to play devil's advocate, I will say this. I think I understand what she was trying to say, and I'll go into detail. Basically, like you said, they started dating. Well, he tried to holler at her a couple of times starting in high school, and she denied him twice, and then eventually they got together, right? So she starts off as the catch, and now that role has been reversed. Now Steph is the catch. Now all these people are chasing after him because he's an NBA star, and, you know, he hot right now. His team is winning championships, whatever. And so I can understand the dynamic. And like you said, women having children. She just recently had a child, like maybe a year ago.
They just had their third child.
Yeah. So I do understand the insecurity part of it. Where I differ is saying it publicly, right? Because here's the thing. One, this country is too obsessed with celebrity. We put too much stock into what celebrities say, and some people actually live vicariously through celebrities. That's one. Two, social media. We live in a generation now where every inner thought has to be publicized. Sometimes things are meant to be kept to yourself, right? So I can understand why she may have intended to be open so that other people can be encouraged by her story. But I think the negative vastly outweighs the positive. For the one or two people that you reached out to, or maybe have reached, you got the whole world in your marriage. Now, for those of people that are married, the one thing you learn is that you got to keep your friends and your family outside of your marriage, because you'll go through things in your marriage and involve your friends and family. And even though you and your spouse have moved on past it, your friends and family are still holding on to it. You know what I'm saying? And it just adds more drama. So imagine if you can't even have your own friends and family in your marriage. Imagine having the whole world in your marriage. Right? So I think her saying that publicly, whatever you going through in your marriage is between you, your spouse, and the therapist. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? So you doing more bad. And like you said, Steph going through the playoffs. Last thing you need is that distraction just from other people, let alone from dudes you playing on the court, because Lord knows what's being said on the court. Remember when KG was talking trash to Carmelo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Steph, no, that's Carmelo. Carmelo ain't even known to be that fighting type. I can't even imagine what Steph would try to do with somebody like if Nene said something to Steph.
I mean, well, he put out CP3. That's probably the only guy I think would have said something about it.
Well, yeah, and I don't think he really fears Chris like that, because the story about Chris kicked him off the court. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, and then I do think, and to me, the whole thing highlights the difference between men and women, because in listening to women, it seems like they think because they mean something innocently, or because they say something like we're just friends, that stops, or like men operate with that same notion, right? Like women think they can harmlessly flirt. There's no such thing as harmlessly flirting to a dude. You could say we just friends, right? But if y'all always together, y'all always on the phone, y'all always dating, and he's buying you gifts, no matter how many times you say y'all friends, he's not seeing it that way, right? Men are more opportunistic. We see the actions versus what's being said. And so, and even if we think there's a hint of an opportunity, we're going to take it. And going to Guru's point about, or I don't know if you made it or Guru made it, you know, she's married to Steph Curry, NBA champion, one of the biggest celebrities out there right now. You know, most men are opportunistic. So if they don't see an opportunity, they're not going to waste their time. You a conservative woman and you married to like one of the biggest superstars out right now. So what chance do I have? Why am I going to waste my time trying to holler at you when I know it's not going to go anywhere? And if I am somebody on the Steph level, I could find me an Ayesha anywhere. Like I don't need her. Like, and so I think a lot of that is in play. I just think that she shouldn't have said what she said. And my last point is, you know, a lot of times we write off older people or older generation because we figure this generation is so advanced that they don't know what they're talking about or they don't know how to relate. Sometimes you need, like, you get good advice from those because they live through things, and especially people that's been married. And so I was talking to even my grandmother and her circle of friends was talking about this, you know, situation or this story. And sometimes they have sayings that basically summarize, you know, how you should move in a situation.
Proverbs.
Yeah. And so, you know, what my grandmother said, she was like, if you off the market, why do you care what other shoppers think? And I was just like, that's the deepest thing I heard. Like, if you married, why do you need the validation of somebody trying to holler at you to feel beautiful? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Human nature exists and, you know, we got ways of doing stuff. I just think you can have your feelings, but you could be wrong in how you try to remedy them. Right? Like, you could be sick, but that don't mean you can just, you know, chicken noodle soup don't work for every illness. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I just think that she was wrong for making it public because once again, I don't need to hear about what's going on in your marriage. Nobody asks, nobody cares. Well, people care because it's a controversy now, but I'm just saying we don't need to hear. Just like everybody takes a shit, I don't need to hear about it. I don't need to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so you got issues in your marriage? No, I'm just saying, like, but you can do something, but I don't need to hear about it. Everything ain't got to be made public. I don't need to hear about how you and Steph move.
But I feel like even I'm not married, but I kind of the notion of me having a lot of my friends are married, like, and even just you have parents who are married, whatever. How you move as one, so how what you say can also make me look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to say that, it indirectly was like, well, dang, Steph ain't making her feel right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people like, and then women was like,
true,
no,
You don't think what's true?
that he's not making her feel right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's how the optics look like.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
And you got to think too, though, the groupies they're not in love with Steph. They're in love with his money and his celebrity. Like they're not. Like, you know, like the ugliest dudes in history got the baddest chicks. Jay-Z with Beyonce, Jermaine Dupri got with Janet Jackson. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's for men and women, like I said, it's a difference. Like, men try to holler at women because they a notch in their belt. Women, for the most part, I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women throw themselves at certain, like here at the Palace, there's a whole section full of like chicks that are there just to wait on the players after the game.
We saw that at Little Caesar.
Yeah.
When we went to see Langston got us tickets.
Right.
We were just waiting there for players to come out.
A bunch of baddies too.
I think what with her is it's a couple things. She's had 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe in her younger days she was like this hot chick.
Yeah.
You know, where people were after her. And
Right.
she was just denying people. And even denied Steph.
Yeah.
And then it came to a point where maybe she felt as though he was the one financially, career-wise. It's obvious. Look at her career now. She's a chef.
Yeah.
She's opening multiple restaurants in multiple
Doing
states.
well for herself.
She's doing very well. I think that the thing is she had 3 kids. She just want to see if she still got, just like some men say, I just want to see if I still got this card.
Yeah.
I still see if I got this player's card I used to have before I got married. Everybody has that little, I think I still got this game in me. Whether they want to play that game or not, you just want to test the waters to see if you still got it.
But you're not going to tell your wife, hey, I just want to go out there and see if I still got it, baby.
Heck no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the part, like if you do that, that's something you keep to yourself and you just kind of like do to see if you get a response.
And you know Jada Pinkett.
You don't announce it.
Come on now. She's known to be controversial.
Well, she got a show, so
yeah. You know, that's the stuff
my
they
thing
bring
is
out.
she kind of embraced it, but here's my thing. Jada understood it because rumor has it, or speculated, or allegedly, they have an open relationship. So she ain't gonna trip when girls hitting on what's name, because she can get her attention from somewhere else. Your marriage ain't like
it's not everybody else's.
Ain't cut like that. And everybody ain't, but both of them were celebrities before they came together, so they knew what to accept from the other end.
But this, and to add to that point though, like, cause Steph's mother was also there, and she was saying, and she said that she had the same feelings. The difference is, he's no longer playing, they're no longer in the spotlight. So hers was more reflective because they've moved past that. Yeah. Ayesha, whatever, she's still going, like, she's in the thick of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some stuff you, like, in your 60s, you make an autobiography. You look back on your life. Okay, yeah, address it then. I just, you know.
And a lot of women was defending her. And my thing is, I don't have no problem with that, but let's just keep it 100. If the roles were switched and Ayesha was making worth $400 million and Steph was that at-home dad with a couple things going on the side and he said that, woman would have tore him to pieces.
Facts.
Like, what you trying to do, entertain other? What you need entertainment for other women? That's why dudes ain't. And I had a lot of women, female friends, I talked about that. I'm like, how would you view Steph? He was foul, so why can't you view her like that? Because it's your girl power that's sticking up for her.
Yeah.
And I think her mom, it was a good move having her mom there. I mean, having Steph's mom there.
Because she tried to stop her at a point. Like,
because his mom probably realized where she was going with it.
Yeah.
And the magnification of it.
Yeah.
By her continuing on saying what she was saying. And plus with, the playoffs and stuff, either starting or going on and stuff like that. But I don't think it's a problem between them. I know she mentioned something
I agree
about
with that.
She feels as though he's kind of flirtatious or whatever when he's talking to women.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's
but that could be your insecurity too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, the biggest thing I took away from this is something I always believe and I try to preach to everybody. Like, when I talk to my friends, even women's.
Real quick, we'll get to sneakers soon, but go ahead.
That women have
Curry
an ego.
sixes.
Women have an ego.
Well, no shit.
Yes, I'm not to us. I mean, we don't, but it
Hot take.
Right.
No, I'm saying it opened the blind to themselves. Sometimes you
Breaking
can see,
news right here.
Sometimes you can see
a
somebody.
Woj bomb right
sometimes you know what I'm saying. Sometimes people can see like you trash, but it took for them to get cut or not make it to say like, dang, I ain't that good.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It's like y'all territorial because half the time it's not you flirting with them. It's that they don't want another woman thinking they got a chance with you. Women are very territorial, and I think it's because this is why I believe that. Because you had a problem with women trying to holler at him, but you don't have a problem with guys trying to holler at you.
Yeah, but that's, to me, isn't that people in general? Both
Yeah,
male and
I was gonna say,
female?
men are just as bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, that was the wrong
But
place.
here's my thing: women love
to say that.
Women like, oh, she's just insecure, she's bringing up. But if you go out and a dude give you too much attention, I'm like, hey, what's up with him? Oh, you insecure, you acting like you know what I'm saying? But there it is, the shoe on the other foot, and now you taking up for homegirl. I'm just like, I know y'all girl power stick together. I know what it is, but just be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when dudes we know foul, stupid, Wendy Williams' husband, Mary J. Blige's husband, we kill Eric Benet all the time for cheating on Halle Berry. Like we do say, a dog was wrong. He was foul for that.
I still say
like
though,
that for women though.
I still about Halle Berry though. I still say for you to be that fine and can't keep a man, that says more about you.
But it'd be the rich man because women they go through women so fast. It's just like you expendable.
I'm just saying though, there's something about that. But even going like real quick, this is the last one I'm gonna make on it is like Denzel Washington or even though LeBron James, like they wives, I'm pretty sure have gone through the same thing. Let me use Denzel Washington because his wife actually supported him in the beginning before he became a big time actor or whatever. You think she didn't deal with the same insecurities and the same thing? Like he's actually like a sex symbol to like a lot of women, or used to be. So I'm pretty sure she had to deal with the same level of insecurity. She's had kids and whatever, but you didn't hear about it because she kept it in house. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's in her marriage talking about what she feeling and how Denzel may or may not be treating her, how she may or may not be treating her husband. They keep it in house. And like I said, the smart ones don't involve or bring other people into the marriage because it's hard enough just being married as it is.
I think social media peel back a layer for people. And I never understood, even with TMZ and everything, and I'd be looking shade room, I'd be looking like, Imagine if your job was to be in other people's business.
But that's been around for like forever.
No. I'm saying now it's just so you can make millions off of them. I'm just saying. Like,
But I mean, that's my point. Like regular people, like letting you know what's going on, like every aspect of their life. So it's like, what you think celebrities going to do when they think they got a following and people hang on to every word? They're going to do the same thing, just to an accelerated level.
Here's my last point about it.
What's that?
She's got all her other business ventures going on. She's, I think she's got like a makeup deal. She's got she's a chef, cookbooks, TV shows, publicity.
It could be.
I mean, just keeping it a buck about it.
Controversy sells.
Exactly. Like what other way to like more so get your name out there?
Right.
Than make some form of a controversial comment.
Let me ask you this, right? Have you bought an Ayesha Curry, Ayesha cookbook?
I haven't.
But
after that,
but think about. I know.
If she had a tell
but he's a
not
dude
for me,
though.
Not
right.
for me. Remember how you just said how all the women are defending her? So
They
now
might,
you have women that probably don't even watch basketball that was just known her as Steph Curry's wife. They're now like, oh, that's Ayesha Curry now. Now they know who
Here's
she
my
is.
thing, though. If she had a tell-all book or a book about relationships, then I would 100% agree with you. But you don't got no content to follow that up with.
Why do you need any content to follow that up with?
Even forget about
I mean, here's the thing. Now people can just type her name on Google and find out everything they need to find out about her in terms of what she's got going on.
Before that, say remove it. Say the roles reverse, right? Steph Curry said this. Him saying this about his wife is not gonna make me go buy some Under Armour. So go buy.
It's not gonna make you.
You.
Not you, but
But
you gotta
people
think.
are gullible.
Exactly.
People are so gullible.
So you gotta think people that maybe, like I said, they don't know who she is. Like we know who she is. 'Cause we watch basketball.
No, she got toe up for that. People knew who she was, bro.
Man, I don't think not to the level of which people know
I
who
would
she
say the
is
people
now.
45 and older got whiff of her, but everybody under 45 and under.
Who you think? Who you think gonna go buy a cookbook?
I know, right?
No, I
ain't no 19-year-old.
No, because I got
Barnes and Noble.
no uncle. I got no uncles and aunts who got no cookbooks. They know how to cook off. I mean, there's nothing tangible out to make it relatable.
They not light skinned.
I know older people who ain't buy no Pay LaBelle. My aunt loves Pay LaBelle. I wish I would go buy sweet potato pie when I can make my own.
Well, that's
but that's the difference.
I'm talking about the age group.
No, but like black people, black, especially older black women, they take pride in knowing how to cook. So they're not about to sit up there and say, I can't cook, so I need Patty LaBelle to teach me how to do it. I said last point, but I swear to God, this is my last point. Like Steph, he did make his post on his IG story.
Yeah, I saw that.
There is no way I believe he wrote that on his own. He either wrote it to do some damage control.
Somebody
or his publicist wrote it and had him post it on his own thing. But bottom line, it was damage control. There's no way you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Had your wife back in public. I'm pretty sure when she got home. Hey, girl, hey, Steph, how you doing?
I'm pretty sure it was before she got home. I'm pretty sure, like, if Moms was there, she probably called and told.
I'm pretty sure everybody had to dress in black and they sat at the table like Martin. Which one of you idea thought it was to go and talk about your marriage, huh?
Oh, man. It was like that scene from New Jack City. Y'all sitting at that long table.
Yeah.
You stab somebody in the hand with a sword or a knife. Anyway. Look at this with sneakers. So I didn't do a Fab 5 list because it's been a busy week. But we got this new segment Guru thought of actually. And he was stockpiling it for the Half and Half podcast, but we pulled it out of him for this show.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, we're not on the Half and Half podcast.
Nope. No, welcome back, Francis.
That would have been a topic on the Half and Half podcast.
I mean, it was. So we didn't record because
we did it first right here. So if you want, don't bother listening to the Half and Half.
It's safe to say we stole another.
If you want to know what Guru said, just listen to the show.
Stole another one of his ideas.
Yeah. Sorry, Guru.
Nike rubbing off on C's.
I mean, well, they already sent him a player sample. So
yeah. Speaking of shoes, though, since this is a sneaker podcast.
15 minutes into the last conversation,
we got here 15 minutes early, though.
We did.
I was really.
So it's almost like bonus content, but like at the beginning.
I was really wishing we started that list.
Really?
I had no idea what any of those people you guys. I didn't care.
So Hulk Hogan and Linda Hogan.
I'm listening.
There you go.
Francis lives in the
Macho
box.
Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Wrestling's so trash now, man.
Hey, real quick though,
you're trash.
It's awful.
Wrestling is trash.
It is. But no, I will say this.
It's like the first male love in hip hop.
That's the.
This guy's.
I mean, technically, it kind of was.
Real quick, since we're on the theme of wrestling, This is a documentary series called The Dark Side of Wrestling. Or The Dark Side of the Ring, I'm sorry. Great. And shout out to Mac Noodles. He's a listener of our show. He actually was one of the wrestlers. Like, they do, like, cuts to, like, they reenact scenes from the stories that are being told. And so he is one of the wrestlers they brought in to reenact those scenes. I think he was in the documentary about the Von Erichs. So shout out to him.
Where can I watch this?
Was there
This is
live
on Vice?
Was there live cocaine used for that?
You know what? I should ask him. He's in Toronto too. So that's another thing. So not only do we get invited out to the Body Shoe Museum, but we got invited out to, I forgot the name of his wrestling promotion. But
So this is basically like Forensic Files, but with wrestling.
yeah, but it was actually a good documentary.
I'm just saying how they
Yeah.
reenact the crimes and stuff like
Yes,
that.
it's similar to that. Yes.
I like I said, Von Erichs. No, there's a lot of drug use and alcohol in that one.
I would watch Forensic Files
A lot
when
of
there's no
suicide.
basketball games on. That's the only thing I watch.
I say, didn't all the Von Erichs die?
Except the one.
Jesus.
I know.
You mad somebody's still alive? You're terrible.
No, I'm about them dying, dog. Come
You're
on now.
terrible, man.
There you
You're
go.
terrible.
See, we be trying to tell y'all. Guru's not.
You did.
Gino.
You did, Gino. Yes. Yes, you did. I just called you out on it, bro. That's it.
I just wanted
Terrible.
to tease somebody else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You were just there. Anyway, so we got this new segment Guru came up with for his show, but we stole it for ours. Well, basically, we're going to just call it Geeno and Francis have to say beautiful things about ugly sneakers. And they literally have to say nice things. They cannot say anything negative. I think the first one is what, the Tom Sachs, what's the name of that shoe?
The Mars Yard overshoe.
Yes, the garbage bag looking shoe.
That's messed up. You could say that, but I can't.
It's not my segment.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can say what we want to. It's the Geeno and Francis say beautiful things about ugly shoes, not the Caesar and Geeno and Francis. So
It looks like a quarantine shoe.
it looks like trash. Like if
you,
you,
that's a shoe you'll wear after Independence Day.
Yes.
After aliens come and you got to walk through all the slime and mud and stuff like that.
yes, if you like a Russian spy in the middle of winter, that would be the shoe for you.
And if you
Actually, that is a good thing.
and if you have a
Zip-toe.
half a day at school, you want to go to the X Games later. That's definitely the shoe you wear.
For
How
sure.
you figure?
Looks quiet.
So with that being said, let's start with Geeno. Geeno, say something nice about that shoe.
You can put your foot in it.
That ain't nothing nice. That's,
That is.
That's a function. That's,
Exactly.
That's a nice function, right?
Oh,
It's not
wow.
a compliment.
That's not a compliment.
Did you tell a girl you could put your leg in your pants? No, you said you could.
I tell her something else.
He can put his blankets on something else.
And that's how I get him back to the brothel.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my goodness! All right,
All
Lamar.
right. Oh.
No cocaine is used in that.
Because you use Pepsi. That's why.
Leave Pepsi out of that.
All right, you gotta say, you gotta actually be a compliment.
I mean, it,
Yeah, about to explode.
And you knew we was doing this. I told you we was doing this.
I mean, it's pearly white. It looks.
This is gonna be a better segment than I thought. Go ahead. And you just giving Francis time to think of something. I love it.
Because you started with me. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
He honestly
E
did
be-
the show a favor.
E becomes before F. That's why you went for
yeah, there you go.
you really did it alphabetically.
Yeah.
Colors.
It's white.
That's not a compliment.
I mean, it looks.
You don't need a photo?
This segment is this is really hard.
I mean, if
Honestly, I don't envy you, by the way.
if you did decide one day to go to space, I mean, that probably would be the best shoe to wear. I mean, it folds down.
Why do I feel like that's the best we're gonna get from him?
You sure it ain't better than
It's
PG-3
functional.
NASA?
It depends which colorway you're talking about.
I feel like that's the best we're gonna get out of you.
I mean, can you take the actual shoe from outside of the booty?
No,
No, people have cut it off though.
Man, you get.
you have to say a compliment though, but I feel like you did the best.
I mean, you
could.
got two shoes in one, right?
Don't ever disrespect the Alpha Project, Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, and Sky Pippins like that.
The hell did you just say to me?
Sky Pippins, Jason Kidd.
What's
and
got to
Gary
do with
Payton.
the inside?
No, the Alpha Project, remember they had
Oh,
the shoe
yeah,
inside
yeah.
the shoe?
Yeah,
You took them out? Yeah.
I gotta Google that one.
Francis,
What's up?
you gotta say one compliment about that shoe.
It's gonna be easy. I actually like the shoe.
Oh, that's okay. What's that other Yeezy? What's that Yeezy? What's that?
The Double Dragon.
Yeah, the
Double Dragon.
dojo
Yeezy.
boot.
Actually, we'll say the Double Dragon Yeezy 650 because that's the time we started the show today.
Yeah,
So Yeezy 650.
Shout out to Easy for Showtime.
so you gotta say something about his Sunday service shoe.
It's got a good personality.
Wow,
That sounds like a Caesar
wow.
compliment.
Wow. I don't believe, like, that was the most unbelievable compliment too, by the way. I don't believe you at all. You need more people.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead.
No, Francis, no. He said a guy got good personality. That's not like, how does Shoe got personality?
But dude, Shoe got.
That shit does seem like it has.
It has what?
Shoe has personality.
That shoe ain't got no personality.
I'm gonna tell you guys, Shoe got personality. The thermals had personality.
Oh.
Them thermophones, exactly.
Bitterness.
I'm buying time to pull a photo up.
They were hot in the wrong way.
It has a promo sample look to it.
Which one? The Sundays? Oh God.
They did.
So did you get a pair?
Hell no, I didn't get a pair. Not from Adidas. They
Not
think I
yet.
would.
How much material would it take for them to make that for you?
That's a good question. Too much. You know what? While he's waiting, since we're gonna go back to you then, since we starting alphabetically.
I mean, if you decide to swim, it'll be a good shoe for.
That's really what I was about to say. It's apparently it's stamped Coachella Scuba.
Yeah, see, so it's a scuba shoe.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a diving shoe.
Yeah.
Why would you need it?
One, that's not. They just called it that because it looks like that. But you cannot swim in
I'm just really-
that shoe because one, it's not waterproof or resistant.
How do you know?
Secondly, it has an opening at
thought the JC.
It's at the opening at the top of the shoe, right where you put your foot in. So if it was waterproof for scuba diving,
How would I get my foot in it?
what? You said how would you get
You're complaining that the opening was there, but if the opening wasn't there, I wouldn't be able to put my foot in it.
I'm saying, but it also allows water. So it's not like there's a clamp or anything that hold out water.
Or that it's like a drawstring.
Yeah.
I mean, if your leg is big enough, it'll squeeze tight.
Plus, with the scuba diver flippers, they give you more of a better swimming motion.
Jumpman, you want to get on this? You want to say something nice about those Yeezys?
Oh shit!
I know a lot of kids used to do flips off of walls in schools, and they wish they would have had those. Because man, that toe grip underneath that shoe, man.
The color's nice.
Look like a ninja shoe.
you go.
Like if you got
There you go.
Like if you actually in a dojo.
That's what I'm saying. It's
It
look,
legit look like what you would wear.
But can't you not wear shoes in dojo?
No, you might want to wear that if you don't want to get your feet dirty.
so this is like
You out at the gym, right?
Yeah.
And you done working out, time to go take a shower.
there. Yeah.
Oh, the
These
slippers
are gym
resistant.
shot.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Slippers.
There you go.
We got nice things.
So
to say.
instead of putting the grips in your
easy
shower.
on, easy off.
We got
you go.
way more nice things to say about this in that time section.
I know. I found that remarkably easy, especially for Jumpman.
It's
I know.
trashy, but
Wait, well, we're saying nice things.
Yeah, you said nice things, Jumpman.
The color,
Oh, I thought it was them two.
No, I just wanted to see what he was saying
the
about the
color,
yeah, slippers.
No, I mean that gray.
that
Shower shoe.
That like
Yeezys.
stone,
That wasn't so hard.
it's definitely a shower shoe.
That stone gray that goes with everything too. So I mean, it matches up.
You can like probably put these on if like your basement's like flooded, just like above your ankle, and you got to go clean it out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
perfect. But you wear them
Well,
with
according to
socks.
Guru, it's not water resistant. You can't.
That's
wear
why
it
you got to
in
go
water.
to your ankle.
Well, maybe if you spray it down with
With what?
Yeah, with what?
We run out of options on this side.
Yeah.
There's only so many shoe brands we can like.
I was gonna say you might want to spray it down
Don't
with
say that R word.
some Scotch Guard.
No, yeah, Scott was a Scotch Guard makes
Some
it.
Scotch Guard.
Yeah,
There you go.
the camp and supply area they sell waterproofing stuff for tents.
There you go.
Oh, you
Use
know
that.
what you could do? This is for my people who worked in the retail industry, sneaker industry. Some soft sole water protectant.
The hell did you say?
Soft sole water protectant. That's what they sold that Finish Line. And
He first said soft serve. I'm like,
I was
hey,
like,
soft
ice
soft
cream?
serve. No.
You can spill some soft serve on it and it come
Yeah,
right off.
you could spill some soft serve on these Yeezys. These are good if you got like kids.
Hey,
And shit,
you know
and
what?
wanna-
Hey, wait. What if
What
they slip resistant? You could wear them working in the fast food industry. See?
Bam.
There you go.
So you can flip burgers with your Yeezys on.
Who said Kanye wasn't talented?
You.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally half of the people in this room.
Right.
But no, so excuse me. The last couple of weeks, I've been saying I want to do a shoe check, but we never got to it just because debates broke out and just took over the show. And so I guess I should
Feedback. Actually, people reached out, so that was a pretty good episode.
yeah, no, yeah, they did like it. And I'm not mad about it. I just want to get to one of them before the playoffs are actually over. So we're already in like the Western Conference Finals like already. So yeah, Houston lose to the Warriors in 6 games. I'm still struggling to figure out how, but
It's 'cause
no, I'm not. D'Antoni.
They didn't make as many shots as the other team.
Well, yeah, it's as simple as that.
Well,
but
you said
I
you was
mean,
trying to figure out how.
D'Antoni's system of James Harden and everybody else still out the way. is not really-
Dribble, step back three.
Yeah, and then Chris Paul literally throwing himself into people.
Well, I mean, that's because he's kicking people out of gyms.
Yeah,
Maybe he should have been in the gym a little bit more.
you would think. Like if it takes another player to go get their shots up, for you to go to the gym and pretend want to get your shots up. It says a lot about you. And I will say this, that, you know, as much as we shit on like LeBron and other players who don't live up to expectations, Chris Paul has been woefully like overrated in that regard.
You know, it'd be crazy if he probably like talent wise, easily probably could go down top 5 point guards all time and never sniff a finals.
Yeah.
Like, never. John Stockton them being.
But he might do it to Gary Payton, like, even though Gary Payton did go to the finals, but he might win.
Well, I mean, Gary Payton at least win.
Went to the finals.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying he might win his on the bench.
But I'm at least saying, like, he just can't.
He's not that type of leader. You know, he's just not that type. Like Isaiah Thomas was that type of leader. You know what I'm saying? Where he could like lead his team.
One thing I told my friends that one thing this playoff has showed us is that everybody's not built for that Bron, Mike, Kobe playoff minutes.
Yeah.
Once some light skinned dudes start playing 40 minutes, they start getting real sore. Brother can walk. When Kevin Durant started playing over 40
minutes to light skin.
I was gonna say James Harden looked tired too.
No, I'm saying, I mean he don't work out that bit, but I'm just saying
He
looked like
he would not be in the house.
What's the old boy name? But Harden played long minutes anyway because you're under D'Antoni, so he gonna run you in the ground. But KD, once he started playing over 40 minutes, look at that
calf.
So it's just that's when you know to appreciate. Like, okay, your durability is very great. That's what kind of put them guys in the top tier to me is because of their durability. And
they took care of their bodies, you know.
Are we talking basketball again?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Cool.
We can walk out the room now.
No, we get back to shoes. And then, of course,
I'll be out of here in like 10 minutes.
What's the name hit one of the greatest shots? Now, mind you, like half of it was luck, but it was still a dope shot.
You know the
balances are and my thing. And people laughed. I said, and Jordan Brand they let him walk, but they keep Blake Griffin. Got bounced out the first round. No. Keep Chris Paul. Like, I'm looking like, how do you let go the best player on Team Jordan Brand?
You know what I'm hoping for? The New Balance does.
The ones he wore the other day were pretty sweet.
They give a name to the shoe.
Yeah.
And they start doing retro cards, and they do a retro card in the box of that shot because like the picture, it's a picture like where it's like all the way panned out from like the far end of the court, and it's like him like fading away.
And Embiid is like missed it, yeah.
Like that picture is dope.
That shot is one of the greatest shots, and like to think that that's the first.
It was a horrible shot. What? That
wasn't a bad shot.
No, it was a horrible shot because he's fading out of bounds.
I mean, a fadeaway is not a horrible shot. Like it's a fadeaway.
He's fading into the corner.
That's where the opening was.
Right.
But he shoot that shot all the time though.
Yeah.
Man,
but like,
smart.
I mean, he had to dribble. 1 second. He had to dribble to that corner.
Yeah.
To give him space to get it over Embiid.
Yeah.
And Embiid was coming. He wasn't closing out. Embiid was coming like
that. He was going diagonally.
Because he was coming off the switch.
Past him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was coming off the switch.
Which I had so many problems with that defense inbound play. I actually drew it up and showed him in a text.
He actually gave me a telestrator.
Wow.
They should let anybody get the ball but him.
That's what I just said.
No, facts, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what the one
Kyle
thing I was
Lowry.
trying
Like,
to
only
figure
person that
out.
get the ball is Kyle Lowry.
The thing I'm trying to figure out is you got Embiid that's like over 7 feet, and you got Mark Gasol inbound the ball. Why don't you have Embiid guarding the inbound? Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler on Kawhi Leonard double teaming him so he can't get the ball.
Yeah,
Deny him the rock.
I agree.
I would rather have anybody else shoot a shot.
That's why I saw it. Then Ben Simmons, he was like, "Oh," and B got him and fell back. I said, "He is so disgusting, man."
That's when
for
you
not to be
hustle.
able to shoot a shot. I'm like, man, I didn't want to call Rich Paul. Like,
what was his chain? What was that?
Bro, he played 42.
Kangaroo on there.
He from Australia, but I'm saying you played 42 minutes and took 9 shots. People play you, and it's so hard for Embiid because he can't get his rhythm because they doubling him because you
sound
can't
like
shoot.
Kobe in that one game.
Can't shoot. It's just disgusting how much he just doesn't shoot, man. It's like, oh my goodness.
Well, let me ask you guys this. I know we've seen it all over social media. Mm-hmm. The Jordan crying face or the Embiid crying face?
Oh, the Embiid crying face.
Is that going to take over?
No.
I think R. Kelly, he still got R. Kelly.
I think the Jordan crying face just looks funnier. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's just looks
because
funnier.
he's been used so long.
You look high.
Yeah, it's like
Embiid got I just got a whooping crying face. Yeah, that's what it was.
Like Jordan's crying face is
which I'm trying to figure out why he crying. It's like, dude, you didn't even play like half the games in the series anyway. Your stomach was hurting, your toe was hurting. You didn't even play like that. So what you crying for?
But you'll see him this summer, like tomorrow, out challenging somebody in a park playing.
Probably. What's the name of Kawhi Leonard's New Balance shoe?
Omni 1.
Omni 1?
Yeah.
So we're going to look for the Kawhi Leonard New Balance Omni 1, F the process. We're going to call some Philly stores. And I can't wait to see what reaction I get for that.
Man.
And then I'm going to call some Houston stores looking for the Steph Curry, which I'm trying to think of a name to kind of play off of what just happened with them.
Off the courts. Kicking up the court.
Or Steph Curry
banned.
still in the gym.
Yep.
Banned off the court in Houston.
Off the court in the playoffs.
Oh, that's too.
That's too long?
Yeah.
Okay. Off the court.
That sounds like you reading release dates.
All right, so I think this first couple stores are like in Philly. So,
man, with them release dates, I'd be like, damn, all that's coming out?
Never see it. Caesar read 29 Saturday morning. There'd be 2 shoes dropping.
Hello? Yeah, I'm looking for a shoe. I'm just trying to see if it came out in your store.
What sneaker?
It's the Kawhi Leonard New Balance Omni 1 F the process.
No, we don't have no Kawhi Leonard.
No Kawhi Leonard's? Is that because they won last night, or y'all just got rid of y'all shipment?
No, I don't know. You never got them.
Oh, y'all never got them?
You gotta call a house of hoops. They might have them.
House of Hoops?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna try to go for those.
No problem.
No, thank you.
Are you serious?
House of Hoops sound like someplace Ben Simmons need to be at.
Man, no, you need to be in the gym practicing shooting up shots. I think this is a Champs.
Kristen.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a shoe that just released today as a quick strike. I was trying to see if your store got it.
Most likely we didn't get it because I don't think we got any releases today.
You even say the name.
All right, can you just double check for me? Can you just double check for me? It's the Kawhi Leonard New Balance Omni 1 F the process.
Yeah, we didn't get the. Hold on, sir.
Okay. I'll sit here and wait patiently until
You
you.
didn't even tell the name. She said, no, we ain't got it.
Man, I told you.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
You didn't get those? Do you think any other stores in Philly got them?
I'm not even sure. I'm not really sure about that shoe. You know anyway?
Have you heard of the shoe?
Foot Locker? Try calling Foot Locker. Maybe they got it.
Okay. Have you heard it? Have you seen the shoe?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's in the 76ers colorway and has the shot that Kawhi Leonard hit over Joel Embiid on the insole.
Yeah, I just know we didn't get a release today. Like we didn't have to put anything out. We didn't have a release.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to see.
And I didn't see like Foot Locker talking about anything they had released because we're connected with them. So
Right.
I'm not really sure anybody in the mall has it or not.
Okay, I'll look around, but yeah, if you get a chance to look for those shoes, they hot right now. They're going for StockX for like a ridiculous price.
Okay.
Yep. See.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yep. See.
Get off the phone, lady.
Jumpman is irritated.
It'd be the common sense stuff of the call. If the dude just hit the shot last night, how's he gonna shoot already? Like it'd be the common and from the inner store manager and me be like this, like man, like bro, I wish you would work for me and not know no release date, no shoes coming out. Or if you don't know, just say hold on, let me go ask my manager, bro. I tell my staff that if you don't know, get me on the phone.
I mean, first and foremost, to her credit though, it is Monday, so she's probably not expecting it to be a release that came out today.
But you know though, like I mean, that's why I
She
give
might not. She
I
probably-
give obvious hints. It's not like I'm.
Francis don't watch sports. Francis probably don't even know what shot we talking about.
But if I say he just hit the shot, like I'm pretty sure it's fresh in everybody's minds at Philly today. Maybe not hers.
Oh, we're calling Philly stores?
Yeah.
See, look how lost he is.
F the process. Come
no,
on,
I can get it.
Come on now.
Right. I'm not being subtle in any way.
This
he
is
said he don't care about no process now. He said
dead
that in the post-game.
giveaway.
No, you don't
Dead
care about
giveaway.
it. Let's call you Big. Maybe it's a boutique
What's that used to work there?
boutique center. Who? Oh man. I mean, you need to call her. Maybe she's feeling blue.
Blue, blue.
Are they closed? I remember they selling the F the process.
How may I help you?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a shoe and see if you guys had it in stock.
What shoe are you looking for?
The Kawhi Leonard New Balance Omni 1 F the process.
Give me a moment. Can you tell me what it looks like so I know what shoe to go look for?
Yes, I can. It comes in the 76ers colorway, And on the insole, it has a picture of Kawhi Leonard shooting the game-winning shot over Joel Embiid.
Okay. Give me one moment. I don't think we have that, but I'm gonna double check just because I'm not positive. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just came out today.
You said it came out today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did not get that in.
Oh, you didn't get that in?
Have you heard of it though? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. That's how I was gonna go double check.
But have you heard of it? Have you seen it on the?
Get those.
Yeah, have you seen it on the internet? Have you heard of it? It's pretty dope.
No, I
shoes.
haven't seen them at all.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope shoe. Like, I mean, yeah, it's in the 76ers colorway, so I'm guessing you guys can. And then on the back of it says King of the North.
No, we didn't get that in.
Oh, okay. Well, if you get a chance to, definitely look at them because they definitely hot. But we're going to call around and see if other stores got them.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great day.
See you. Bye.
Just real quick, the other thing in terms of them answering the phone, they kind of got to have like good customer service because
that was good customer service.
Y'all could be secret shopping them and they fail to score.
But still, you shouldn't.
I agree.
You should know.
As soon as somebody would say that to me, I probably would have hung up on you.
That's like doing a sneaker review.
Well, that's the thing.
If I don't know a shoe, I'm gonna do my research on it before I speak on it.
But here's my thing, though. They hire the people who care about that, do the enthusiasm for that. They don't pay enough to work in the sneaker industry or the sneaker retail. So we're at liberty to hire the younger people. So it'd be like when the people who know the least about the shoes work in the shoe store.
Especially in management, though.
Management, but I try to teach my staff. But when I had one, but I'm just like, come on, bro.
Because you're right, they don't pay enough at all. Like
no,
the bullshit you got to put up with.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's call some stores in Houston. See if they got any Under Armour Curry. What, 6s he's on?
Yeah, Curry 6.
Put me off the court. Curry 6s.
Northline footage.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a shoe. See if you guys had it in stock.
I can't hear you. What's that?
I said I'm trying to find a shoe to see if you guys had it in stock.
Hold on real quick. A phone messing up. Hold on.
Yep.
Curry Under Armour 6. Put me off the court.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little better now.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Under Armour Curry 6 off the court, out the playoffs.
No, we don't sell any Currys here.
Oh, is that because of last week?
No, no, because of last week. We don't sell Under Armour shoes at all.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you know any stores in Houston that sell any Currys?
Dick's Sporting Goods, maybe.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'll check them out.
Probably.
Oh, okay. I'll check them out. On the it's kind of cool though because like on the insole of the shoe, it has all the times the Warriors knocked out the Rockets in the last 5 years.
No, that's not what.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a nice shoe. You should check it out. All right, so I'll call around and look. See ya. Yeah, you and your shitty phone. Get out of here.
You probably called the most hood foot.
I know, man. Like they can't use they can't be on the internet and the phone at the same time.
Nah, because sometimes we still got them old quarter phones, so that's why they begin like that.
So their internet probably dial up.
Probably. Yeah, the AOL logo. The little man running there trying to make a connection. All right, last story.
Foot Locker Galleria.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the shoe, see if you guys had it in stock.
Yeah, what shoe is it?
It's the Under Armour Curry 6, 4 times out of 5 years.
We don't carry Under Armour.
Is that because of last week?
Say that again?
Is that because of what happened last week that you guys just got rid of your
Nah,
inventory?
we just never carried it because we got no space for them here. I think Champs carries Under Armour.
Okay, I'll check them out. Have you seen the shoe though?
Huh?
Have you seen the new Curry 6?
No, I haven't seen it, but I know we don't carry Under Armour, so I know.
It's in a,
you're the only person they call.
It's in a Rockets colorway, and then it shows all the times the Warriors knocked out the Rockets in the last 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a crazy shoe. You should check it out.
Yeah, try calling Chance. We might have him.
All right, I'll call him. Thank you.
All right.
Yep. Hey, they just seem depressed in Houston. At least in Philly, they like, all right, we're trying to move on. Anyway.
I mean, that's the only team they got the Astros.
Yeah. But they got like 3 teams in Texas, though. They got,
and
Texas,
what did
the Mavs.
What did the Texans do?
Houston.
The Texans had all that talent and got eliminated in the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockets got all that talent, all that money in that backcourt, can't make it to the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you ain't saying no lies so far. I'm just saying. I
know they're doing better than Detroit teams, though. So.
I was going to say, we got 3 teams, and ain't much to brag about over here.
We got 4 teams.
Lions, yeah. Red Wings, Tigers, Lions.
They all suck.
Yeah. Well, we did go to the playoffs, so I guess that's something to be happy
We
about.
could have got at least 1 win.
We got beat up.
Yeah.
And then Blake Griffin came for, what was that, game 4?
2 or 3.
With a Stone Cold Steve Austin knee brace. Francis, you hear that? Francis.
Bye.
I mentioned a wrestler.
He was over there like Thor.
Right. Is he dead?
Oh yeah. So I took her and she went to go get these Air Force Ones and stuck her. The Air Force Ones stuck inside of her. So
and then we broke up.
So we had to get a.
Hey, no, friends, don't you got some gloves like that? The gloves with the fingers cut out?
Yeah, my winter gloves.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and I look like melted.
I just want to say that looking back at it, Infinity War was better than Endgame.
I don't know about that.
I feel storyline was better. The fight scene. It was constant fighting through that movie.
I think storyline was better because it seemed like there was an actual plot.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of like flowed.
Like I said, I compared it to Kill Bill. Like it has it's the same story, but it's 2 different styles. Like the first one was more like fast paced action. The second one was kind of more slow at first, and then it built up towards the end. I liked the end game. I thought that was the great culmination to all the movies.
Mr. Unloved Ones wants to call in and talk for a minute.
Yeah, tell him to call in. That's the number.
Oh, well. How we going to get an answer?
Oh, yeah, she just walked out. Tell him to call. Tell him to call tell him to call like 10 minutes.
Francis, you can figure it out?
I know he's figured out. He tried to figure out how to hang up on somebody one time. So.
Yeah, you think you can figure out the answer? I'm pretty sure you got to do is click a button and... If
the phone call goes on, I can.
He about to go over there and start fat fingering the keys. We waiting for our producer to get back.
No, Francis like to hang up on everybody.
Not everybody, just every one of our guests.
Nike is aiming to fix the problem of sizing. I don't know who has these problems. Well, I guess a lot of people have these problems. An article written by Lauren Thomas for CNBC. Nike is launching Nike Fit in their app and in their stores this summer. The goal is to tackle the issue that they believe a lot of consumers have, wearing the wrong shoe size. Apparently many shoppers go online and order multiple pairs of the same style shoe in different sizes, planning to send back what doesn't fit.
Oh God.
I don't know who does that, but
you'd be surprised.
I guess.
Yes. All the returns I've seen over the past couple days.
The reason is that many people find that they fit into different sizes depending on the brand and style of shoe. And in actuality, your feet can be 2 entirely different sizes too. Like Jordan wears like a 13 in one shoe and a 13 and a half in another.
I think naturally most people have one larger foot.
Nike says the solution is the Nike Fit technology, which will scan your feet and determine the correct size. Early beta testing of Nike Fit showed that the technology will better help Nike in managing their inventory, cut down on returns, and may even entice shoppers to buy more shoes. Nike Fit will be available in stores and on the Nike app in North America this July. And then it will be made available in Europe come this August, moving to other international markets soon after. With the release of Nike Fit, Nike is now calling themselves a tech company.
That's just to have more people buy their stock. Let's get that in the way, right? Let's call it like it is, right? 2, if you have been receiving great customer service from your sneaker retailers, they would have been letting you know that one foot is bigger than the other, and they'll be measuring feet. like they're supposed to.
It's called a
I can't even say the last time I seen
one.
somebody get their foot measured.
Measuring feet.
It's called a Brannick device.
Only people, like literally, the only people I see getting these shoes measured is kids.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I've
make
never
you,
seen an adult.
companies make sure your kids. But I figure people, you looking for work shoes, okay, like I said, always measure your feet every 3 to 4 months. Because if you stand on your feet, you'll have heavier blood flow. Sometimes your feet expand. So like when I started serving and working on my feet, I went from that 11 to 11 and a half, touching 12 in certain shoes.
Was there another
I
Red
like-
Lobster story coming?
No. I'm saying, telling like, that's how I kind of pitch to people. Oh, you're right. So, and then also too, sometimes it's the materials in the shoe and how many layers the shoe has. The shoe has multiple layers that takes away space from the inside, which causes the shoe to fit tighter. So, I mean, it's different things about it. You can scan your feet. Man, I mean, my foot wide. So what is that going to make the, 23s fit better? No.
They're just going
You know what I'm saying?
They're going
Like-
to recommend Monarchs for you.
Like, come on, man.
But I know like certain shoes, like I know Hirachis run small.
Yep.
You know, certain shoes run smaller
but
than.
you know that from trying them on and wearing them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, I guess this is supposed to eliminate the whole.
So the same way of if you're ordering something online and you have the ability to go try the shoe on before you order it, why not just go do that?
Here's my thing.
Because it stops you from having to go to the store to try them on.
Get your ass up and stop being so damn lazy.
This technology will work if you start making other shoes. If the 4s came in a wide and the 3s came in a wide, if shoes that have a tendency to run small and you experience high returns with them, if you say, okay, we're going to make this shoe in a wider version because this is the feedback you get and scan, then this would take it to the next level. Okay, you telling me my feet wide or I wear this size, but it don't matter what size I wear. If the shoe don't fit right, it ain't going to fit right.
Well, even on top of that, I know me and you both know this. Out of all the shoe companies, which shoe runs the narrowest?
Nike.
Yeah.
So are they going to just, like you said, are they going to change the way that they make their shoes based off people's feedback of how people's feet are?
Francis, you look
And
like
the most
so involved right now.
And the most returns don't come to the Nike store. They come to
they
the
go to
Foot
the-
Lockers,
they go to
the
the
Champ,
retailers.
the Villas, the DTLRs, the Kips. Like that's where they come to.
Francis.
I just want to make fun of people.
That's why you here? We finally got him out the basement, and that's what he here for.
I know, he here for the hot takes. Like, man, get out of here with these rational debates and conversations. Let me see if we find something. Let me try to find. This might be something. Kanye West is reportedly interested in starting a church.
Who?
Church.
Thank you, Jesus.
Is he gonna wear his shoes?
He's already wearing them.
Them shower slippers.
Yep.
You know what those are probably good for since they do it outside. In
What's
case
that?
it's like, it might have rained.
Mm-hmm. The slip resistance.
Exactly. They
I thought we already established this.
some outdoor traction.
Go with the mud. That shoe is so thin with the mud. Once you plant your foot, it's going to sink. So you lost some of your footing and center of gravity. So I don't think it's really that great.
It might have technology inside of it.
What's the support in that upper too? By the way, it looks flimsy.
That's the support in that upper.
But there's more support. in the chucks.
You know what they look like? They look like uncolored Goku boots.
They're probably just not as heavy.
Yeah.
Goku be the only person I'm like, dude, how did you just take off a 30-pound
I saw a comment that said Jesus wouldn't even walk in these.
No, actually, those Goku boots were actually the Tom Sachs limited edition Family and Friends joints. John Sachs, whatever his name is.
It's time.
It's
Yeah,
Tom.
right.
Tom. You had the
Tom
first
Sachs.
time.
Put some respect on his name.
I mean, between the dudes,
Exactly.
between the Sachs dudes and all the other dudes.
You know what? Speaking of which, too, like I kind of want to address this since I'm thinking about they had the Travis Scott ones, that whole debacle, the sneakers app.
Oh God.
Yeah, hilarious.
Was it?
Yeah, tell them to call now, JB.
Was it hilarious?
It was hilarious. I mean, because I didn't even attempt to get it, so I'm just kind of watching the chaos. It was almost like Game of Thrones, just kind of sitting there watching the dragon burn down the entire city. Like the sneakers app was on fire, and I'm just sitting back, just like Nero, just laughing.
It was trash. That was
pretty
a
bad.
trash. That was a trash.
Like, because people could like, and I don't know why Nike the app does this, where like all of a sudden your password doesn't work, your payment strategy doesn't work.
What was that sign?
We got somebody on the phone.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, peoples?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What up, though?
It's Mr. Unloved Ones. I've been meaning to call you guys for a couple of weeks, and it just, every time Monday rolls around, it slips my mind, and I'm so sorry.
No, that's
Say
good.
that right off the bat.
We just need the downloads. That's all.
There's some interesting conversations that I've been wanting to bring up. I mean, now it's like a lot of it's past. I mean, like the Travis Scott It's already released.
No, I was literally just talking about it.
We were literally just talking about that.
A lot of people, or of course, like I know people's DMs were flooded, especially like people who work within the industry, and then of course a lot of people were asking for my opinion on it too, and they were shocked that I didn't want them, like at all. And I told them that I wanted them specifically for trade bait. Like my intentions on why I wanted them never changed.
Right.
And just to break it down, a lot of people were expecting me to be like all over those. It's another hype release, and I don't think it was a bad shoe. Let me say that right off the back. It's not a bad shoe. It's just not aesthetically pleasing. Like if they did a different colorway, maybe. It's just that first one wasn't it for me.
Right. And I agree with you, by the way.
The way that they released this shoe was genius and poorly done at the same time. Like they did a splash page similar to what Adidas does. Like that first, like I don't think anybody hit within the first 15 to 20 minutes. It was like almost 30 minutes later when people started getting their wins in. Right. And it was like after a lot of people gave up, which, like I said, it was ingenious and it was poorly done at the same time, because had it been announced, of course, I think, the bots would have ate. A lot of people wouldn't have got their stuff, but yeah. But my question to y'all, forgive me, my question to y'all was, outside of this release, do y'all see another hype release taking the title for Sneaker of the Year?
Okay.
There's a couple things here
that instantly annoy me, because I heard people already saying this to Sneaker of the Year, and I'm so pissed off. Matter of fact, J23 app made a post on Twitter the other day where he asked about the last 3 years. The Union ones, I do not think were the Sneaker of the Year last year. The Off-Whites, you can almost make an argument, even though some people might say the Sean Witherspoon joints.
Well, didn't the Cause release?
Yeah, the Cause.
Those weren't last year.
No, the year before that.
Year before.
And so, I take issue with the fact that, honestly, if Travis Scott, these Travis Scott ones are nowhere, they are not the Sneaker of the Year.
No.
Not at all. Not even close to Sneaker of the Year.
It all depends on your criteria, though.
If we're talking strictly hype, then maybe yes. But we still have to see what comes out the rest of the year.
I mean, we still got the Supreme 14s to look forward to.
Oh, God.
The
study jackets.
The BDSM 14s.
The bedazzled, 14s.
Shout out to M. Jordan. Yeah, we seen the jacket. That was a real split.
Okay, Jordan Brand and collaborators need to stop with this. He wore this jacket one time, and so we're going to make a shoe.
I'm just trying to figure out why they chose a 14, though. If he had on 10s in the picture.
Supreme, I think.
Say next year is going to be the 10 collab. Like there's going to be people collaborating on 10s next year.
Man, they need to let us do
I can see that happening.
I will say this.
That's probably why.
Moments like this makes me think that brands like Supreme are trolling us, where they're like, all right, we're going to put this piece of shit out there and see what happens. And it's like,
I don't think I agree with that 100%. I don't even think it anymore. I think it's completely obvious.
I think it's a joke.
Because, for people who don't wear Supreme, it's like you're looking at it from unbiased, objective eye, so you kind of see exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a race in the horse.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care what y'all do with it. So when you see it, it's like, y'all really going to buy that?
Yeah. And they will.
You know that they're, yeah. It's sickening. I mean, when I seen the first leak, I was like, all right, what do you want me to do with this? I don't think anybody's going to really like this. And then when we seen the second one, it was like, all right, I guess they're serious.
Yeah.
Because I seen the white one, and then I want to say last night sometime it was either last night or sometime yesterday, we seen the black and blue one.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, yeah, Supreme they're completely trolling everybody. It's just at this point, they're just having fun.
They took the most underrated Jordan silhouette, and they made sure that no one would ever give it proper credit ever again. That's exactly what they did. And I'd be like, every time I look at stuff like this, I'm like, thank goodness I'm not a hype beast. And to respect to everybody loves to each his own. And I try to preach that in the sneaker community. I try not to down on people who liking the hype, because I like what I like. And but it'd be some moments. The problem I have with it is that people think because the hype beats get the most attention. That's what the sneaker community is about, and that's kind of where I have the tap you on the shoulder moment. No, that's not what we about. Come take a ride with me over here. Like,
trying to change the narrative.
Yeah, that's what it be looking like.
Is.
And then you Jordan stingy kind of with it, and then you get the opportunity, and this is what you do with it. Like out of all the things,
it's been a hard 2 months. It's been a hard 2 months, and I say that for the bread. Sorry, JB. The Black and Red 4 release, the Defiance release.
He's talking about the Bread
Defiant line is 50-50 right now, because the first Defiance that released, everybody had their, they had their words with it. The next Defiant release is on the 25th, which will be the SBs.
The SB, those SB ones are actually pretty dope.
I don't know, but I'm still not even nice. I'm not even, I can't even get excited for those.
No.
Because first of all, I've seen enough Chicago colorways to be done for that shoe for a while.
Chicago?
Yeah.
But they don't have to be Chicago's.
But that's part of the theme, though.
He didn't play the Lakers.
There's no fighting that. Yeah, it's there, but you don't have to.
And
I think that was the coolest thing that they could have did. Eventually, they were going to go back into the whole SB Jordan 1 lineup. They just had to find a way to break it back in.
Go ahead, Guru.
I mean, the Lakers and Chicago thing, I'm like, he didn't play. When he wore that particular model, he wasn't really aiming for a championship against the Lakers. The Lakers was running the league with them and the Celtics. So I never understood that kind of story. I mean, I like the design process and then wearing off and things of that nature. It's just that
I spoke to some people and I said it would have been better if y'all did a black toe version into a Celtics colorway. That probably would have, that would have
made
been
sense.
Yeah, because the story he'll drop in 63.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do a Lakers, I mean, like you said, do it with the Sixers.
But even that route, you still have some people like, how many Celtic black and green Jordan ones you gonna do? You did the Jordan one for the mids, you did it for the other colored pack, all that, and then you did it the parquet floors on the toe box for the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So it's just be like, it's like you do if you don't. So that's kind of look at it like
then
that.
That's my beef with Jordan Brand in this situation, where I just feel like they're running out of ideas and they just give you the same shoe with like a little twist. Like they give you the Spider-Man ones. Those are basically the Chicagos. They're giving you another Chicago a la Laker colorway that you got to rub off.
So
it's like
my question. I got a question for y'all then. So do you blame the designers or do you blame corporate for pushing certain narratives?
Both.
Because or both, because all this stuff is planned in advance.
And I think
it has to be approved by corporate.
Exactly.
I think no design is coming out without approval.
But then it has to 100% be corporate, because if a designer is designing something that they feel strongly about and corporate doesn't approve it, then who gets blamed for that? And
that's why I said both. Because the way it works,
so
corporate is not.
You're supposed to quit your job,
huh?
If you can't get your designs out that you want out. If corporate is telling you this is
I was gonna say a lot of people have.
I feel like corporate it begins and ends with corporate, because when a designer puts something good, dope out, you gotta have the know to say, you know what, this is gonna do well. This is telling a great story. This is great for the community. And when the designer sends some garbage your way, you gotta know this ain't it.
That's
why it begins with.
But that's why I said both though, because and Mr. Ellen was you probably know just as well as I do. First of all, it's a lot of turnover. I've had so many people I know that went from like Nike to Puma, back to Nike to it's so much turnover going on right now in these brands. It's ridiculous. And that's why they all know each other.
That's why I'm in school right now. That's another reason why I've been paying a lot of attention to everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in school. Finally decided to take a lot of this serious so I can push this mental health thing in the way I want it to be pushed.
Right.
My mentor works for Nike, and he would tell me in a heartbeat, it's a high turnover rate depending on where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do.
Yep.
But if you have a clear-cut goal in mind, you can do anything you want and be anything you want in this brand. And seeing that and knowing that is I wouldn't jump into the whole design aspect, because you got somebody right over your shoulder trying to, that you're competing with. And if your design is 2 shades different and a theme away, but it's still similar, and his design just strikes them the right way.
Yep.
You just wasted like 2-3 days or even a month worth of work, and I couldn't do that.
And,
that's just.
And for reference too, like usually the way it works, now not to say that it doesn't happen differently from time to time. Usually the designers approach corporate, like they come up with the designs, they have this pitch meeting.
And a pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
and
pitch
then
meeting, yeah.
From there it gets determined whether or not it gets released or it gets scrapped. So that's why I said both, because the designers are the ones presenting the ideas. Corporate is just like picking out of the litter. You know what I'm saying? So, so I do put some onus on the designers, because like y'all got to do better too. Like y'all got to present corporate with better things, because all they're gonna do is pick out of the garbage can you show up with.
And then here's the other thing that I didn't learn until like a few years ago, was like the time frames. So like that a design might have been hitting 2-3 years ago, but it missed its mark.
Yep.
Because they didn't get approved until, you know, X time date or whatever have you.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Somebody said the Flynet project was like 7-8 years ago, for it to just now be released like 2 years ago. Like it just seeing like that, just seeing those time frames and seeing how stuff misses is kind of sad for the designers. Like, I'm trying to shoot them a little bit of better, because I get it. And that goes for all brands. It's not even just Jordan Brand or Nike. Like, even though they try to speed the process up, just knowing that certain things miss their mark in the time frame kind of sucks.
Oh,
because then we'll see it in like, man, that's trash, or that's horrible, and it's only horrible now because back then that would have worked.
I mean, Guru can attest to this. Like the samples and things we saw, is like they didn't come out with, like you said, because it didn't get approved or it missed this window of opportunity to be. You know, they didn't take advantage of that trend. You know, while it was hot, and so you know, it's like you said, to give designers a little bit of due. It is kind of hard to like tell what's going to be hot 2 years from now, because that's probably when your shoes don't come out. And so to kind of forecast stuff like that can be a little tricky, but that's why I said I blame both sides, because, you know, because corporate do be on some dumb stuff too. And like, that's the thing I just have beef with, is like looking at that Supreme 14. That shoe went through layers of protocol, layers of approval, and nobody said this was trash. Like, no, like everybody thought it was hot. Like, come on, man. Like,
they showed them the picture.
Yeah, this is why we need real sneaker people, and this is why I always compare like sneaker culture to like comic book culture, because like comic book culture, they hold companies and brands accountable. Like, you can't go to Comic-Con and be.
You see what they did with Sonic?
Yep. They made them change it. Like, yo, like, nah, we ain't.
They made them change it. Like, yo, we ain't going to go see that. These are grown men.
Yes.
It wasn't the kids.
Nope.
It was grown men.
Yep.
That made them change it. So it can be done. It can be done. The problem is like getting an entire niche community to agree upon something and push.
But we got so much hype going on in our community now, where it's like it's hard to like be heard, because you get drowned out by a bunch of people who like Supreme. They could like literally come out with toilet paper with Supreme on it, and people will fight over it.
They did that already?
Did they?
I could have sworn they did.
Oh, God damn it. I was just making an example.
They did that already.
I didn't know that either.
Chopsticks, they did bricks.
Boat cutters. Like, come on, man.
I seen a picture earlier today, and I showed my wife, and my wife was like, you need to like put social media away for like 2 months. It was a Supreme cross.
Yeah, they crucified a chick, which I'm not even religious, but that was just like, come on, man. Y'all, that's why I say they trolling.
Why are we doing this?
That's why I say they trolling, because it's like, for you to put your logo on a boat cutter as if anybody was asking for that and people fight over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that empowers the Supreme, because it's like, okay, what else can we slap our logo on and see what happens? And it's like a China set. You know what I'm saying? A whistle or a plunger. It's like
handicap stickers.
Yeah, it's a bus card. It's like,
I think that plunger might be next.
They did a plunger already.
Oh, they did the plunger? Oh,
a brick.
I'd buy a Supreme plunger.
A brick. They made a brick, man. A brick.
You buy a Supreme
I think
plunger?
I think the worst they
Get all that
the worst
hype
they
beast
did
shit?
was the Subway joint.
Yeah, that was the worst because I can imagine being in New York trying to just go home and you got to deal with a bunch of 14-year-olds fighting over a bus card that they never use.
See, my thing is, I'm not even worried about the 14-year-olds. What kind of hurts my feelings is the ones that are over 30. Like, all right, if this is your extra grocery money, cool, but like, I'm not fighting no kids for this.
No, I'm not fighting anybody for no bus card, guys. Sorry.
I'll fight a kid.
You just move people out of line.
That's true. That's what I do. Yeah. But no, but like the Travis Scott's going back to that. This is why I was kind of sit back and laughing because it was like, I felt like it was so much hype being attributed to the shoe, and I did not know why. Because aesthetically, that shoe was not that great at all. Right. It was nothing to call home about. I ain't saying it was the ugliest shoe I've ever seen, but it definitely wasn't the sweetest shoe I've seen at all, by far.
I put it up there, but see that I started something last week where I want people to have an honest conversation and take themselves out of just being a sneakerhead and tell me why you like or dislike this shoe without being like completely biased, right?
Yeah.
And I got some real honest answers. I could tell some people were genuine, and of course you can get. I like the aesthetic of how the swoosh is just. Yeah, whatever. I got it. No,
exactly. That's bullshit. I'm not buying that.
For the people that said that swoosh is the size of something from the 80s, I understood it because now you're placing it to something that you know. You're not just saying you like the size. You're placing it to something that you know. So I knew it was kind of genuine.
Right.
But for other people that were saying that, I like the stash pocket. That's it. Like that's all you like.
It's also not the only shoe on the market with a stash.
I was gonna say like the Reebok question
at
joints.
all. Like
currency,
and of course, it's not the first shoe with a backwards swoosh either.
That's what I didn't get. I was like, really? That's all it took to sell y'all? Was a backwards swoosh?
The colorway is not pretty.
Not at all.
Materially,
so
it's a decent shoe.
Yeah,
when they drop the next ones, because the next ones will come out.
I like the
we will see pics of those soon. I wanna see if they have the same energy.
What's the next colorway?
I mean, they won't. Nobody ever keeps the same energy, but I want to see it.
What's the next colorway? You know?
Is that
breaking news in the sneaker box?
Don't quote me on this. I'll say it like this. Don't quote me like this.
You quoting it? I'm not quoting you.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Another Chicago. God damn. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Instagram said I saw it on Instagram that was supposed to be a Chicago color.
But you know what got me on it, and I'll answer your question that you asked on your social media about what you liked about the shoe. It reminded me of the Blazers with the swoosh being thick.
That's genuine.
Being thick like that.
Okay.
And the fact that on one side it's reversed and it's larger, it kind of ties in a couple shoes to me from being a older sneaker person.
Right.
And I like the color of the shoe because it reminds me of the mocha,
right,
a little bit with the brown in it. So that's
I can believe Jumpman because he's the only person I know that will defend Fusion. So I can, I can, you know what I'm saying? Like even Jordan Brand, like our bad.
I can't say nothing without you finding
Jordan Brand, like our bad. We had some missteps. Jumpman, like no.
See, I have the mocha strap Jordan 1s from 08. Or 09, I can't remember. I have those, so it's a similar color, and I don't do well with like earth tones. Like I don't. I'm a grown man, and my wife dresses me, so I don't buy certain things. My wife does, and if I look in my closet and I don't have too many fits to rock with it, I'm definitely not gravitating towards something like that. But I got 2 pairs of brown shoes, and that's all I need. I don't need nothing else. Like, even if I'm just looking at color, like, if I could take myself out of not liking the way the shoe looks, and I was just I need another colorway, that would have been a pass for me. Now, if they do something else with, like, a green or a certain olive, because I love those type of colors, I might rock with it, but I just couldn't deal with that shoe in its state as it is right now with that colorway. Like colorway first, and then everything else second.
I feel like
I didn't like the collars. I didn't like the way the collars looked. None of that. Like, it was just unappealing to me.
Sometimes I feel like the designers at Nike and Jordan Brand are stuck with the same color options we got from Nike ID. Like, dog, like there's more colors than just black, red, and blue.
Yeah, I do too. And then like when we get some random stuff or something completely different, it doesn't move. I see when they try new things. I don't want to go into the FBCC joints, but when they try something like that, it just
I'm glad you called it
work.
that.
Oh yeah, no, I give him his whole props for that one. That was
a complete
there
rip-off.
there was no denying that. Like, can't.
Oh,
That's what I try to. That's what I tell people who customize, because I talk to hundreds of them. It's not stealing a design unless it's a blow for blow replica of something that you did that was intricate. Like if you're just swapping out colors, all right. But if you're doing something that is like unthought of, like a full 3M shoe, that's different. Like if you throw in your state flag on your shoe and they do that, that's different. Like, yeah, no, they took that from you, but you just flopped out a couple of colors.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's still the whole Vanilla Ice theory I always go to, where it's like here I got a beat.
Tread lightly.
Like here's a beat, and then I'm just gonna add this one thing. I'm gonna tweak this one thing, change this one thing, add this one thing, and then act like it's different. And it's like, no, it's still the same thing. It's just
yeah. That how many times can we get a black and red shoe?
How many times?
I get that
if I see
whole
another
notion.
Chicago, I swear to God, I'm throwing something.
Get ready to throw something.
That whole notion I get. That's why I understand when people were like, or ask me the question, what are you going to do when everybody gets over Jordan 1s? I'm not going to do nothing but continue to buy the shoe because I love the shoe. What you do doesn't dictate what I love. I don't understand why people don't get that notion, but
yeah, no, I agree. Real quick before we go off the phone, I made this point too. Like I wish Jordan Brand would kind of like put the ones back in the vault because I feel like they're overdoing it. And it would make, we had this discussion with them where it was like, okay, like why Jordans aren't on Nike ID, and they're like, oh well, Jordans are like this prestigious brand and we don't want to water it down. But I feel like they're doing it to themselves by releasing so many pairs of the same shoes.
Right.
So like the ones used to be held in this high regard. I think now it's just become like ho hum because you see that shoe all the time.
9 years straight. We're going on 9 years straight of, I want to say 20 or more Jordan 1s releasing a year. 9 years straight.
It's like enough.
That's unheard of. There's no other model that they put that much stock into releasing
because it's so cheap
year.
To make a Jordan 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why like it sells and it's cheap to make. So it's like, it's like their Air Force One.
Yeah, they sell more mids and retros than they do OG highs, of course, but they don't make that many OG highs to begin with. So, and that I think that was another thing that gave people the fatigue is the OG high syndrome. Like just seeing that, like y'all see too much of that, and it's like, damn, because before that they were seeing mids, and people were like, okay, y'all releasing mids like packs of Skittles because so many different colors, and why can't y'all make them OGs? And then they did that, and now we have the reverse of that. Like y'all need to stop. When initially they weren't digging into the OG highs, and I think they do need to before they start over, because the rumor is they're starting over come November.
Starting over with what? Wait, time out. And maybe you're a good person to talk to us about this, because there was a rumor about they coming back to the 85 cut. And I'm like, okay, so what have they been giving us? Yeah. Like the last, because I thought the high cut was what we were getting anyway. So
that was the one thing that I talked to homeboy from Sneaker Files, and he's like, okay, so what they are talking about, and we can't confirm this because nobody's saying anything, because now everybody's being tight-lipped because the rumor is out there. 85 cut. Reaction soles. Well, reaction cushioning. They didn't say soles. Reaction cushioning. So it's pretty much like a Pro-Tro of the Jordan 1.
So why do you have to like? Okay, so say that, because I think that's going to bring more sales. That's going to sell to more people. Okay, this is just me. Like if you say it's a Pro-Tro, then I feel like that's going to get me more than here's the 85 cut that we sold you on the last 9 years, but no, really though, we're going to give you the 85 cut this November. And I'm just like,
but now this is just my understanding from what Sneaker Files has said. That's my interpretation of React cushioning with 85 cut, and Yeah.
Just finish the metallic pack and I'd just be done with it, please.
My number one prayer for the past 3 years.
That's all I want.
Do that, I can retire happily and just, continue.
I need the purple pair, the orange pair, and the green pair. That's it, and the silver pair, and I'm done. Like I don't need another one after that. I'm straight.
Really don't. Like I was upset about this female pair, and I'm gonna hop off. I was not upset that I couldn't cop them. I was just upset that all right, if y'all gonna do a black and white pair, at least give them something nice.
Yeah, that's not satin. That's corduroy. First off. Or it looks like vinyl or something. It's not. Yeah, oh man, I'm done with Jordan Brand for a minute. To answer your initial question though, like the only sneaker I'm looking forward to as far as like hype is the playoff 11s.
Hey, I know. I want to say something. I think the last time I called in, we talked about the Flyknits. We thought those were Flyknit 6s, and they were some Horizons, and you said I wouldn't be surprised if they did 4s, and then boom, here we go.
No 4's trash. Garbage. They can keep them.
So you be having the inside track, C's?
Yeah, no, they just listen to the show and then they just steal ideas and steal Guru's designs. That's all they do.
Oh my God.
Steal my ideas and steal Guru's
designs. I
designs.
appreciate you fellas letting me call in, though.
Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you for inspiring something that has spawned my page to grow as much as it did. Your positivity inspired me to be open with everything that I was going through back in that time frame. And this was 3 years ago, 2016, when I was going through my troubles and my mental health issues. Seeing one of your words of the day inspired me to stay positive on a day-to-day basis and not look at all the negative stuff that happens, man. So thank you personally. I know I say it a lot, whether it be a post or a text or whatnot. I just want to say it again, man. Thank you. Guru, thank you also, because your perception of what sneaker culture is supposed to be is breathtaking, and it's refreshing to a lot of people. So don't ever change that and continue to push that narrative, because it is very important for the next generation to understand what we are here for and why we love and have this passion for sneakers.
I appreciate that,
I'm
man.
not Francis. Love you too, homie. You keep the show glued together, and your cheap shots here and there, and a lot of your commentary is needed.
He give them to us too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I hit everybody.
Yeah.
I know you're new to the podcast,
Geeno.
but you are a welcome addition. You fit well, and I love what you bring into the show. You fit very well. And of course, Caesar, I try to catch a lot of your posts. I know I don't, because IG's algorithms are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So you don't get a chance to see everybody's posts. Like, you literally have to search out for people. Thank you for not, how would I say this, not wearing the hype beast Bigfoot shoe.
Thank you. I get accused by my co-host.
I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but there's a lot of cats out there
Promo sample.
See.
Yeah. But there's a lot of cats out there that, if they got it, they're going to wear it. And it's usually the latest shoe is not something that they have in the closet that is like the Fresh Blue 7s.
Yeah.
He went to Travis Scott's birthday party.
I was, it's funny. I wanted to sell that shoe a couple times, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't.
Don't keep them. Those are gems. They're hard rock gems that are going to be hard to find if you ever try to go back and snow.
Real quick,
we had that time.
Real quick to go back to the Jumpman though. Everything he says about like positivity, he doesn't actually believe. He just says it.
Such a
hater, that's his angle.
Such a hater.
Like real talk though. Like I mean, Jumpman. Like I mean, he's kept me from jumping off of cliffs and ramming people's cars with my car a few times. So, yeah, I know what you mean about the positivity.
Yeah, man, it's inspiring and it's needed. I love the show, and best believe I've listened to everyone that y'all ever put out. I mean, I went back when I had the chance to go back just to catch up to where y'all were at before y'all hit episode 2 or 150. Before y'all hit 150, I went back. So I've been caught up since 150.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
And I've listened to everything every week. There's not an episode that I miss.
You know, when I chop it up with you remind me of Guru. Like today we were riding up and we were talking in the car. And when I have a conversation with him, it's like having a conversation with you and your knowledge and stuff. So
why are we pretending that Guru's a nice person? Like, are we really doing this right now?
Man, actually, to be honest, every time someone gives me a compliment, because I just think I'm just being normal. I'm just speaking from like genuine. A couple of people. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do.
It goes into something you said, man. You can't fake authenticity.
No, sir. No, sir.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your interaction, for tuning into the show. Because people, you have everything to do with your time. There's a million podcasts for you to tune into us.
Let the Half and Half podcast.
See? There you go, man.
Boy, he's something.
Don't worry. What it is? Yeah, you going to get the next one.
I'm supposed to let him plug it.
I'm telling you, I'm like the hog to his oats. I'm here to keep him grounded. Like, just when he looks like he's floating off of earth, I'm here to just pull him back down.
Yeah, I mean, you took care of that for him. He was about to plug it.
I'm his anchor.
About to plug it.
Yes, he was.
No, I was not. When I'm here, I just think about this podcast. I don't like talk about it. I think about it.
Right, man.
This is how it's genuine.
Y'all are one of the podcasts besides Joe Budden's podcast that got me into making sure I have a subscription to something to look forward to every week.
Appreciate that.
And y'all are the first sneaker podcast that I listen to.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And keep pushing, brother.
Yeah, man.
I'm just a phone call or text away, man, whenever you need, man.
We need to chop it up, too. I want to talk to you off the air about a few things.
Hey, I'm always open, man. My phone is near me 24/7 because I do my schoolwork on it also. So
right.
I'll be flipping back and forth. But again, man, I appreciate everything y'all are doing. Don't stop. Y'all are... I've already said this to a lot of people when I see them on the right track, and I just pray that they never veer off. There's big things on the horizon.
Appreciate that, man. I hope so, man.
I mean, y'all. The first time I said it, y'all ended up getting this as far as like being on a radio show. Like,
right.
To me, that's huge.
I think so. But then again, I'm biased.
I see more.
But no, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, the feeling is mutual, so we'll definitely be in touch.
No doubt, man. Y'all take it easy.
You too, brother.
Right, thank you. You as well, man.
Yep.
One.
Shout out to Mr. Unloved Ones. Definitely one of my favorite people.
He did touch upon something that I kind of wanted to, but I wanted to bring up. I wanted him to, say what he had to say. Back to the Travis Scott one.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that whatever happened that morning was intentional?
Now that he mentioned it, now that I think about it, yeah.
I mean, I had that issue before when I tried to cop some. It was the Off-White shoes from like into 2017, around that time, or early 2018. Around that time, it happened when I tried to cop a pair of those shoes. So
it made me think about, remember the Forest dropped in that debacle? I remember we was in Chicago for SneakerCon, and that drop happened, and like Sneakers Up was just useless at that point.
And it happened when we were in New York, when we was at the hotel in New Jersey that Saturday morning for the Chicago ones.
Yep.
That black toe ones right there.
Yep.
So it might not, it couldn't have been intentional.
So no, that's why I said that's my point though, that it was intentional, because it was like, okay, we know what happened last time we had this huge hyped up release. So maybe it was intentional where it's like, okay, let's filter out the nonsense and then hopefully people keep trying. Because I've noticed that a lot of shoes will say sold out earlier in the day, and then if you go back, you might be able to catch it and there's still some pairs.
Well, so like, a couple people I know, like...
What I was going to say is on top of that, don't you think that helps, that drives up the hype for the shoe too?
Yo, now that people know?
I mean, she didn't need no more hype. I'm just like...
Well, I'm saying, I mean, we can...
Now that people know.
That's an argument kind of like we got... But no,
I need one more cupcake. Like, no.
I mean, but it's still like it drives up even more hype. So now you talk about a shoe that
where did that analogy come from?
On a resale market at $900. I mean, it could drive it up another $300-$400.
I know what a character came from.
I think the price is going to keep going up on that shoe.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people were saying that after a week or two, it would drop down between $400 and $600.
No,
I
think average value on that shoe is probably going to stay around at the $850 range.
It's almost like the fire. It's like the Fire Festival of shoes, right? Like somebody's going to get the water.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how they're going to get the water across the borders, but they're going to do something crazy.
They're going to send somebody over to the security guard to. Anybody know that story?
I think it was JB on his page. I saw that he got them on the Trophy Room's website. I was able to look up on sneakers.
Right.
And a couple of other people I know.
You sent me that link, and as soon as I got on that link, like even a little bit before, it was dead on the link. And I waited like 20 minutes, and then the link actually worked, and it was all sold out. So,
right.
Yeah, I know there's supposed. I think there's rumors that there's going to be another release this week on sneakers.
I hope so. Where?
On sneakers.
Oh, that link you said?
Yeah.
Hopefully, man, they do, man. Hopefully they do.
I'm sure they held some back.
I mean,
they gave all of them to Travis Scott for his birthday to hang the tree. So
yeah, I did.
Well, that's what I saw that, and I was able to see all the people that did look up on him, and I was like, oh, I thought there's more pairs out there than they said.
There's two things I want to ask too, because I've seen a lot of pictures of like corporate people wearing them in like offices and boardrooms. Mm-hmm. Is that are those real photos?
No, I think that's like a staged photo.
Okay, because I'm like, honestly, what? That didn't even look right. And then it was, I don't know who it was, but some store had a contest where people had to like ride a bull.
Well, I was going to bring that up. Social Status did that. A couple other stores did it too. They like the best. I was just happy I didn't have to ride a mechanical bull or fly to another city to buy them.
Use the miles, man.
I'm just saying. I didn't even
use them freaking
fire miles. I was having breakfast with my mom.
I wish I would ride a bull to get some sneakers.
I wish I would catch a flight to go buy some shoes.
I'm with you on both, honestly.
I mean, if I had to pick one, I would fly before I ride a mechanical. That's what drunk girls do for fun. I'm not doing that for no sneaker, bro.
It's not for fun.
It's not fun.
Come on, man.
Because all you gonna do is embarrass yourself. I love the caption. I don't know if somebody said it on our show or on the caption is like, so the only people walking out with those shoes are cowboys. Like that's the only person.
I mean, well, thanks to Lil Nas, more black people think they cowboys now, right?
We were cowboys. Actually, we were one of the first cowboys.
I've seen a lot of people clowning people for taking
there's a North Star at work
to go and get the shoe, but
you saw a lot of more than one person did that.
Yeah.
Went out of town?
It wasn't just Francis.
Nah, I know some
more than one person.
No, shout out to
actually more
and
than
I
one
see
person.
people trying to clown T Ward.
Shout out to T Ward. I'm saying I couldn't do it. Like I don't have the time.
Did he get it?
Well, wait.
Yeah,
he got it. Before you say that, the one thing I didn't like is I think it's real uncool for somebody to go on somebody else's picture and comment something negative like that on there.
Yeah.
Like that's lame. If
you save it for the show.
Yeah, I just wait till Monday nights.
You start a podcast and you talk that trash.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do that on his page, just slide it in his DM or something, or try and get in touch with him personally. Like, come on, man. Like, that's weak. That's weak as hell.
That's social media for you.
If that's what he wanted to do.
That's his time to do what he pleases.
I drove to Chicago. I drove to Cleveland to get shoes.
See, if I'm going to Chicago, that's one thing. I'm not making that trip.
I've made trips to get shoes.
My only thing for him would have been there was no spot in Atlanta that he could have got them from.
No, they weren't there.
So the only place was, the closest place was Chicago.
So politics,
the only thing
politics and which didn't get them.
They said only place we got them. It was only.
Wouldn't it be closer to go to the trophy room itself to get those?
Yeah,
he live in Atlanta.
Look. But there's some people.
More power to him.
Like gone AWOL. He contacted HerSouls_23 in Chicago, and she picked them up and shipped them to him. T Ward may have been able to do that, but then you want to secure your own bag sometimes.
True.
And sometimes it's the part of the hunt.
Right. Look, that's what I'm saying. So it's his prerogative.
I didn't have a problem.
I didn't have to go to Chicago. I'm just saying for me, if you was to ask me, hey, since we got these size 15s in Chicago, if you're not shipping them, if I catch you when I go to Chicago, if you're going to hold them for me.
I just kind of think like when I'm looking at it, the price of the flight with the Uber to get the shoe back, another Uber, like
the money you spend.
But he said that his flight didn't cost anything. Maybe he had somebody that worked for an airline.
Okay, well, yeah, that's why
you don't know what people's circumstances. Like people were saying, how did I get the Travis Scott ones from the trophy room, and they did an in-store raffle, and you had to have a Florida license. How you know I don't know somebody in Florida?
You jump
one that helped
Boston.
me get them.
JumpmanBostic.
So it's people that
you do know people in Florida at the trophy room.
You know C's.
Oh yeah.
If I'd have known, if he would have got me some samples though.
Exactly.
I'd have got them directly from Travis.
He would have picked them off the Travis Scott tree for you.
No.
C's Travis ones actually have the swoosh corrected.
He'd have got choked out by security too.
Actually, we got
and then his Cactus Jack would have the wrestler on it.
Francis and Guru's
said bang bang on it.
Yeah.
Francis and Guru's #1 fan in Orlando would have got it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
They would have got him.
He's the real Francis and Guru fan.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you talking about old boy? Nah, I'm straight. He's still wearing them Heather Gray t-shirts. I just looked on his page, man. I went back. I was like, you still wearing Heather Stephen Barry joints? I'm like, man. I was like, man.
Didn't all those clothes?
Apparently not in Orlando. Let's get to some stories. So Nike was also named. Anyone want to take a guess? They were almost named.
Under
Another
Armour?
name. No.
Oh.
I'll keep the name and I'll keep it in the story. Well, they were named Blue Ribbon and changed, but I go to the story. An article written by Marissa Perino for BusinessInsider.com. Nike was almost named Dimension 6.
What?
Yeah. Dimension 6.
Wait, who came? Did Phil Knight come up with that name?
No, Thanos saved him from it.
Yeah, Thanos.
Snap.
No, the Avengers, they went back in time.
Dimension.
Got them Infinity Stones back. When his co-founder Phil Knight was preparing to file the patent paperwork back in 1971, Phil had originally founded the company as Blue Ribbon Sports. But when the company split with his longtime partner, Japanese shoemaker Onitsuka, Phil was looking to rebrand. He and his team spent weeks pitching names. Despite the objection of his employees, Phil wanted to go with the name Dimension 6. Fortunately, on the morning that the patent was due, Phil's co-worker, Jeff Johnson, submitted a final suggestion that he said had come to him in a dream, which was Nike. Jeff was described by Phil as full-time employee number 1, who was the company's first salesman and who opened their first storefront in California.
You better got some stock options.
He better. Jeff argued that all iconic brands had short names with 2 syllables or less and had strong sounding names with a K or an X in it that sticks in the mind, like Kleenex, Xerox, and Clorox. In the end, it actually came down to 3 name options: Nike, Dimension 6, and Falcon.
Yo.
That's the whole MCU.
Yo, Geeno, what are you wearing right now? Them Falcon trainers?
Well, I got them dim 633s
Right,
on.
Dimension 6. Yeah, man. I can't even imagine. Well, I can't even imagine what the logo would look
Dimension 6 Force Ones.
like. Ugh. That's
Probably
just nasty.
A DM and a 6, right?
That's just dumb.
Dimension 6.
They actually look like Ayesha Curry's inbox, DM6.
Wow. Dog. DM empty. That's what it's looking like right now. Well, now she said.
No, I slid in there.
Oh, wow.
What's that? A couple players did. I mean, a couple people did.
A couple players probably did.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, she didn't respond.
You know, Steph busy during the playoffs. She got nothing but time.
I mean, I told her, like, if she down, like, all she got to do is catch a flight. Brothel.
No, but I was an NBA player, like, baby girl, I can't highlight you. Your husband got home court through the whole playoffs. I can't get. You got to be an AC. I highlight you.
I mean, it might not matter. Remember, Delonte West banged LeBron's mama, so.
I mean, hey,
it's room for everybody, right?
Or she could just be a hotel receptionist and she can get it the Kobe way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wow.
Non-consensual?
Wow.
No, she consented.
Once again, I'd like to reiterate.
Kobe just gave her that Mamba rage, apparently.
Once again, I would like to.
That non-consensual Mamba rage?
I would like to point out how Guru is the North Star of the show. Well, since we're on the theme of Nike just almost not doing stuff, Nike almost didn't use air. An article written by Hillary Hoffauer for BusinessInsider.com. Nike's famous air technology almost never came to fruition. Back in 1977, former aerospace engineer M. Frank Rudy approached Nike co-founder Phil Knight with an idea: injecting air into a running shoe. Rudy saw this as the next big thing in shoe technology, seeing that there hadn't been a breakthrough in footwear since the late 1800s. Rudy tried to sell Phil on the idea that the air soles will offer more cushioning and support, but Phil was skeptical. He thought that air shoes sounded like comic book stuff, like jetpacks and moving sidewalls.
And Dimension 6s and Falcons.
Yeah, but Dimension 6 was dope, though.
Especially Falcon, though.
Like, right.
The Falcon Airs?
Like, this coming from the guy, right? But Phil's skepticism changed when he found out that Rudy had pitched the same idea to Adidas and that they had the same reaction as he did. So Phil decided to test the idea by putting some air soles in his running shoes and going on a 6-mile run. This is how he got Dimension 6. Phil,
What?
no, I'm just guessing. Just the number 6 seems to pop up a lot now. Phil said in his book that he ran back to his office covered in sweat and ran straight up to Nike's director of marketing and told him, I think we might have something here. The new Air Sole technology was first featured in Nike's Air Force One model, which launched back in 1982.
So he confirmed that without taking a shower?
Basically.
That's disgusting.
Smelled like ass as he ran to the office.
Because we won't be going nowhere anytime soon. So much for that trip.
Canceled.
Right.
Even if it was a chance for sponsorship.
Right. You know where your invite is? In Dimension 6.
Those sneakers that will never work ever again.
Now, they just gonna stop sending him his own PEs.
Right. Send me them Falcon joints. I'll take them. But yeah, so, I mean, it's just interesting to think, like, what could have been.
I'm just trying to think, though, if it wasn't a swoosh, what would the logo be for the Falcon? Would it really have just been a bird?
Probably like a wing.
Well, the swoosh is kind of like a wing because it's the goddess of whatever.
It's the Newport logo upside corrected.
Basically, yeah. I know who they fooling with that.
Definitely Newport.
But yeah, so no, it's just interesting to think, like, what would Nike have done if they hadn't had the air technology? And what would Adidas have done if they got their hands on their technology? Because had they had a different reaction, who's to say that they wouldn't have went with it? And who knows what would have happened?
Maybe if they would have had a different reaction, they would have had React technology.
I mean,
early.
would you really buy shell toes that had an air bubble?
Boom.
I mean, they making them with boosts. What's the difference?
That didn't sell. The air bubble.
Wait, hold up. So then, if that did happen, Jumpman really would be Boostman Bostic.
He will be.
I thought that was dead.
Nah, we bringing it back up.
So
Just like all the Avengers in Endgame, we went back in time and
if y'all ain't seen it yet, come on now.
revived that joke. We still got that page set up.
Boostman Bostic?
Boostman Bostic, yeah. People follow that. Follow Boostman Bostic on Instagram.
I've done nothing with
We should just like post pictures of like Photoshop Yeezys on Jumpman's feet.
Delete that.
What you say?
We should definitely put.
We should. I'm doing that.
That scuba.
Delete that.
That scuba shoe.
Oh yeah, we got to.
Don't follow that.
No, follow Boostman Bostic where you can see his Yeezy collection, his Adidas collection going.
Or you know, it'd be a funny Photoshop.
What's that?
You put Jumpman's head on a Jay-Z when him and Beyonce was at the game, and he had on Pumas though.
And he had hair.
No, what we need.
What you trying to say?
Y'all spending way too much
man.
energy on this.
What we
remember
need.
the fanny pack picture?
Wait. I did have one of those.
What
You
we
used to also wear Adidas, so.
Was it a leather fanny?
what
pack?
we need is awesome,
Wow.
awesome Photoshop skills and just Photoshop JB.
Don't do Buck. Don't let Buckeye in. Buckeye, don't.
Yeah,
Buckeye.
Buckeye.
No, we need to
Buckeye.
get
No
we need to
Buckeye.
get a
Need your
clip.
services.
We need to get a clip from Kanye Sunday service and just put JB's face on every person in the crowd.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
We should have big leading service.
You putting way too much energy.
I know.
No, it is worth it though.
Or you know the video with North singing at Sunday service?
Yes.
It should be a JB singing at Sunday service.
So it'd be like a Mad Libs video.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should do that. I like that idea. I'm just gonna take random pictures of people wearing Yeezys in this Photoshop Jumpman.
Yes.
Wow.
So you gonna put him on Connor's body?
Yes.
That's gonna be the profile.
That's
picture.
that's gonna be the first one. Yeah.
Wow.
Connor, let's do it. Let's make this happen.
Way too much energy.
Let's give him a pink beard.
Damn. Yeah, it won't be hard. It's gray. Let's add some food coloring.
Oh man. Just like take old pictures of the airship and just put Supreme stickers all over.
No.
He hit you with that Chris Paul.
Oh man.
You told him to get out the gym?
No.
Remember he laughed at Curry?
Yeah, Steve Kerr.
Curry.
And then like change his face real quick.
Yeah, you see where that got him.
Yeah, right. At home with everybody else. But you'll still see Chris Paul and State Farm commercials. I'm pretty sure they're gonna still run those.
Right, they need to end those.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like they did last year with Trevor Ariza. You see how quickly those went away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
traded.
Yeah.
You know what makes me think back though? Remember when they held DeAndre Jordan hostage when they was about to trade up to the Mavs?
Yep.
No, he wasn't.
Shut up.
He don't even know who DeAndre Jordan is.
Yeah.
I think he's a singer.
He probably think you Michael Jordan's son.
Get out of here, E40.
That's what I tell Jordan's brother.
Right.
I know exactly what you guys
So
are
that's
talking
how
about.
you do it.
But yeah, so it just made me think like, so he did all that just for like a year later to dip.
Right.
I mean, he got paid though.
That's oh man, Houston is screwed. They paying this dude how much?
Too much.
He's 37 years old, right?
That ain't the worst contract, though. It's a lot of the worst contracts.
But that's a bad contract. I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's bad. Yeah, John Wall.
That John Wall contract.
John Wall still got
atrocious.
10 to be. I mean, he's still what 7, 8 years younger than Chris
But I'm just saying, how you gonna pay a 37-year-old?
He won't even play next year, and he gonna get about $35 million.
Yeah, what's name?
Chris Paul is 37 years old, gonna get paid $40 million for the next 3 years.
Yeah, he's untradeable.
Nobody's touching that.
Ain't nobody.
Russ's contract is pretty steep too.
Russell Westbrook,
him and Curry, the highest paid players.
But I mean, I'm saying, but at least they can still contribute. Like
they
Chris
got
Paul.
the same evidence. They got the same outcome. With Russell,
them winning is inevitable.
Yeah.
At least let me say it like this. At least there's still time, I guess. Chris Paul's window is done. Unless he does a Gary Payton, like you said, like Miami Heat bench type situation.
You think Russell got? I don't think he's going to change. That's the thing.
I mean, you never say never.
But he's got time too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Chris Paul, I mean, no matter if he wanted to.
Does, though.
Yeah. No, I doubt it too. I'm just saying, at least if he wanted to, there's still time. Chris Paul, like, it was funny because he was like, well, we got to figure out how to get better. No, you need to figure out how to get younger. Like, that's your problem.
I mean, he at least he stayed healthy.
Yeah.
That's
one. Well, you're not exerting yourself. Like, you ain't doing nothing all series.
I mean, look at he's in an offense that is ran in the same offense that they do at Lifetime, Joe Dumars, everywhere else where you play with them.
Why would you join that team? And then, I mean, to not play no defense and then just throw yourself trying to get fouls. That's the thing that bothered me the most about watching.
A lot of them
Houston.
dudes be doing that.
I can't stand
most
that.
teams that do it more than others, but a lot of do. Curry 4 times, a couple times to get a shot. I mean, Houston notorious for it.
Houston
people I mean, the people do it to get the calls. I mean,
I hate that.
The refs need to be more consistent.
They make Reggie Miller look like Charles Oakley now with the fouls.
Yeah, I was gonna say him and Vlade Divac look like the gold standard of.
I was gonna say Vladdy's flops don't look as bad as how they flopping now.
Vlade was the worst. Oh, who was worse between them, Reggie or Vlade?
Vlade.
Yeah, because he's a big man.
Reggie
it's
scored
like
that got to the line. Vlade did.
You expect that from a Reggie Miller because he was just a beanpole, but Vlade is like
you catch the ball and you turn and he just fall
basically. So I just can't do it. But anyway, I'm glad to be back in the studio. Next week we'll have more of our stuff together. I have the Fab Five and all the releases together.
We didn't do a Fab Five?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, where was you at?
Because we was talking about other things outside of wrestling and sneakers, so he was like pretty much zoned out.
When that Hulk Hogan Netflix documentary was serious.
Oh, is it coming out?
No, they're supposed to. Chris Hemsworth's supposed to play Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
So it's gonna be like Fat Thor Hulk Hogan.
Basically.
That's great.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. So anyway,
you're gonna be racist.
Anything before we leave? Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't have a Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan was a hype beast too.
Who? Hogan?
Disgusting. Yeah.
I never forget when the NWO all had on the playoff 13s.
No, I'm talking about when social media came, how he was posting Jordans. Where Hulk Hogan? Where you at?
No, Hogan actually wore Jordans back in the day.
No, I'm talking about in the social media era. I got these shoes. See, like, man, what is that? Where are them sneakers at now? I ain't seen.
Do that again.
I ain't seen a sneaker picture since then.
Do it again.
I'm not doing that.
You sound like a pirate.
Wasn't there a point in time where
I got these sneakers? Arr!
Wasn't there a point in time where we were going to get his son on the show?
Yeah, I know. You know, I can still reach out to him. I still got his connect or his
contact. Nick, right?
Yeah,
was it Nick?
Yeah.
Would that be the first murderer we have on the show?
Oh wow! On that note, this is episode 215.
We'll holla.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.